Alrighty, folks, we're back for another Halloween episode, and we have an extensive cast tonight.
Yep.
Extensive,
Cast
so
of thousands.
cast of thousands. Man of a thousand voices, the man, the myth, the legend. We have the wonderful AJ.
It's me, AJ.
So
Hello.
AJ, where would folk know you from? Who are you playing tonight?
So, I'm on here quite a lot. Here meaning the Twitch channel and also PenanceRPG in general. Although it's been a while since I've been on any, I guess, long-running series or anything. But also, I run my own podcast called Pretending with Dice. You should go listen to it. Here's the animated logo I made.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
we're from one of those kind of streams, are we? Okay.
I'm using Streamlabs as my webcam, so I have all of my scenes. But yeah, go to pretendingwithdice.com and check it out. Today, I'm playing 3 different characters because that seemed like a good idea at the time. I'm playing... Thank you, Dragon. I am playing a couple of characters that appeared in Plummet. Back when we were doing that here on Penance RPG. For those, we have Professor Sinister, who definitely isn't the ruler of a galactic empire. No siree. Definitely isn't some kind of Sith Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you ask? And I'm also playing Dusty Dan McGraw, who is a cowboy. I vaguely remember him being kind of... I don't know, he was kind of like I don't want to say like a woke cowboy, but he's down, down with whatever. He's pretty accepting of folks. He's just there and everything, and he 100% will destroy my voice within about 20 minutes of playing this game. Mm-hmm. And finally, my final character from my own series Frontier, where we're playing Star Trek on Pretending with Dice. I'm playing Ensign Bonge, who's a Ferengi, and that will also destroy my voice. So, all in all, I made some pretty bad choices, and we haven't even started yet. So,
I mean,
this should be a little
it could only
interesting.
end well, right?
Yeah, well, it's not like it's not like I need to talk for a living.
No, not at all. Not at all. Alrighty. But yes, so this will be something. You've got little things to pop up for when your characters are speaking.
I do. I have nameplates.
Let's show everyone these before we start.
Yeah, let's show these. So when I'm born, you see this one, art by the great Klepto.
Do the voice as well, so we can get used to the two.
Yeah, I hope you won't mind me using the artwork for that. Professor Sinister, I have this one. Definitely.
You need to do the voice as well, so we can hear what they sound like.
Okay, all right, okay. So Ensign Bonge sounds a little bit like this. Just back of the throat, he's a little bit nervous. I've never made those noises before to him. Anyway, Professor Sinister talks a little bit like this. Hello. No, he doesn't sound like that at all. This is already going badly. Do it. The do it is the shortcut. Do it. Talk like Professor Sinister. Yeah. It's going to wander, I'll tell you that now.
Okay.
Finally, we got Dusty Dan McGraw, who is my cowboy character, who we also made when we were briefly playing some Red Dead Redemption.
Yep.
I don't think we streamed that. I don't remember.
I don't think we did, actually, no. Where you
We
had even
were
basically
playing
made
it for
yourselves,
fun.
and my character was a giant man in a big flowery hat.
Yeah. That's actually the screenshot I used to cut this representation of Dusty Dan McGraw out of. It was the only one I found, and I currently don't have Red Dead installed, so I was like, I don't want to spend upwards of 10 hours installing the game to take one screenshot. So, how much have I had tonight? Define tonight.
Since we started, AJ, how much Pepsi have you had?
Oh, since we started, not a lot.
I mean, I think I've had more Pepsi than AJ.
No,
I am on the lime and the normal Pepsi tonight.
Yeah,
and obviously
I currently have a full mug, and I have a backup, little bit of a bottle to top up, and just in case, I also have a second bottle.
Alrighty, well, as those know,
I got fully called out on my Pepsi Max habits, I will say, the other day. This is completely off topic. I follow and enjoy the content of Australian comedian and streamer Tom Walker, and he did a How We Watch the stream where people were sending in videos, and I did a thing where I was like, I have the stream in the background of Guitar Hero, and in panning my camera across revealed my shameful pile of empty Pepsi Max bottles and got fully called out on a stream with 800 people watching. So that went well, I think.
McGraw, the drink,
Also
the black tar.
My shameful 2009 ass computer setup as well. Anyway.
All right. Well, for those who have, I'm sure everyone's seen the image of AJ behind the mountains. That's probably a good sum up of how this is going to be. But let us start. That is the players. Let us begin. The loud cat will be running around throughout the entire stream. He's just woken up because Mary's just woken up.
There's ambience.
So yes, as with every single episode we have done of the Penance RPG Open the Dungeon Challenge, for 7 years now, you have responded to requests for work on the wall of a tavern. And as you arrive into the tavern itself, the three of you, who I assume are walking as a sort of walking arm in arm as a group, you enter this establishment and you see immediately a dwarf and an elf having a quite heated argument. And off to the side there is a very lackadaisical man. As the three of them notice you, the dwarf and the elf sort of look at each other, give each other one last scowl, and run back to their two respective doors. The lackadaisical man just sort of goes, "Hey," and he just points to a sign on the wall. So the dwarf leans out and he goes, "Aye, well, you want to come work for the proper workers of this mine? Aye, well, you come this way." The elf leans out and goes, "I think you should work for the actual workers of this mine, so come this way." And the lackadaisical man, just very lazily, almost Orange Cassidy style, just points at a sign that says Union, and he goes, "You know it's right. What would you like to do?"
Computer end program. Right. That's what we got coming up next. No. I think Bond kind of looks around and he's a little.
What's Bond wearing?
He got a proper engineering uniform on. He's got like a full Starfleet uniform, kind of movie, like TNG movie era, sort of like in the art. That's what the art's there for, you know. Unless you disagree, what is Bond wearing?
It's your character, you tell me.
Okay, well,
I assume Sinister's wearing his trademark hood.
Oh, that's all he's got. He's got the robe.
Mm-hmm. And McGraw is just wearing his usual cowboy.
Yeah, he's got a cowboy outfit on. Yeah, he's a cowboy. So, yeah, I think Bond is looking a little bit confused, and he's kind of looking around, and he's sort of looking a little bit warily at the two strange people who he's with as well. And he's like, "How did I get here? What's going on?"
But the dwarf just leans out and goes, "Ah, friend, you want to come this way? We'll sort you out." The elf is sort of looking and going, "He's obviously an elf. I mean, look at that classical bone structure. He's obviously an elf. Come this way, dear sir." And the union man just goes, "My hat's in the way. I can't really see at the moment, but I'm just going to assume by their two responses that you're an ugly bastard. So the union's still good for you. We don't discriminate."
"I don't approve of unions. Work should be done for the good of the empire. I mean, of the other, you know, for the good of themselves." Yes, that'll do. Now,
apparently, Hawaiian shirt Bond is going in chat.
Is that the request, Hawaiian shirt Bond? Okay, Bond. Yeah, he's in party mode. He's been spirited away. He was out drinking. He's got his Hawaiian shirt. He loves a Hawaiian shirt. Who doesn't? Matter of fact. I mean, give me 5 seconds. I can go grab one.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
You lead us down this lie, AJ.
I do have one, but if I stand up from my chair, it will be revealed that I am not fully clothed.
You're not wearing the streamer's uniform, are you?
I can neither confirm nor deny exactly what kind of uniform I have on below the camera.
I see. Well, you've got your modesty box there with the name on it.
I
You should be
do,
fine.
yeah. The modesty box. I'm not fully Donald Duck in it, no. I took my shorts off to be comfortable, and I'm just...
Well,
I don't know why I'm defending myself here.
I'm glad we have such a relaxed friendship that you can take your shorts off around me.
Let's just say Hawaiian shirt bond is what we're going with today then.
Okay.
So, okay. So I think Dusty Dan speaks up. Now hold on here, fellas. I think we might want to hear out. This union man probably got the good of all the residents around these parts in mind. I don't want to discount him quite so quickly. Hey, Mister. Oh, what's the hubbub about these parts? What's all the acrimony I'm feeling between these two fine fellows?
There's an odd silence for a couple of seconds, and then the lackadaisical man goes, "I assume you're talking to me by the fact neither of them are talking. Still can't really see me hats in me face, but they're just arguing. They just do that. If you'd like to step this way," and he sort of points to a doorway behind him. He goes, "We'll go discuss union things."
So sounds good to me. Gentlemen, shall we? Bond is kind of he's easily led, and I think he finds the confident manner of Dusty Dan to be somebody he can get behind. Yeah. Okay, lead the way, sir. Sinister kind of rolls his eyes. Fine. He's just kind of grumbling to himself.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we follow the union man.
The three of you walk into the room. You hear the sound of the union man getting up to his feet. He stretches a little bit. He adjusts his hat, and he follows you inside, closing the door. He walks round a table covered in bits of random pieces of paper, and he goes, "All right, well, you just have a seat here, and I'll find the paperwork." He sits down. He starts rummaging through piles, and he goes, "Oh, right, here we go." And he just puts this very sort of large pad of papers there in front of you, and he goes, "Right, here's the paperwork. All you need to do is sign it, and you'll get your coffin."
Well, it seems pretty straightforward to me. All on the up and up.
Oh, yes, sir.
Right.
Yeah. So you sign this, and if anything should happen to you in the mining, we'll make sure you get a coffin.
Well, that seems a pretty good deal to me.
Hang on. And he digs through another pile of papers, and he pulls out an even bigger pad of papers and puts it down next to it, and he goes, "Oh, that's the special one, the extended edition, If you sign that, we bury you too."
Extended edition, you say? That sounds like a good deal. Some kind of collector's edition with optional...
well, you get some little handles for your coffin. They can be in any kind of sign you want, especially if you want some sort of, kind of slinger style. Or the gentleman there, and he gestures towards Sinister, might want some sort of mystical star generator thing that makes it look old fancy.
I have my own accoutrements, thank you very much.
Oh, if you've got your own, that's fine. You can give it to us and we'll install them for no fixed charge.
Perhaps. Now tell me, what does this mining entail?
Oh, well, I don't really do that. I just deal with these coffins. But they're good coffins, You can have this nice one here. Oh, hang on a minute. And he just digs through another pile and he pulls out this 6-inch replica of a coffin, and he just sits it on the table in front. It's made of pine. It's pretty nice, isn't it?
Yeah, that's very good craftsmanship. Can I just... I want to take a look at this paperwork real quick.
All right, you go. That's fine.
Pretty good at contract law and things. Bond starts to leaf through, he's speed reading his way through the contracts. There's a lot of typos in this.
I'm going to roll literacy.
Okay. I'm using the... I apologize, Sharona. I am not using real dice at all. I'm using the dice roller that comes up when you Google dice roller in Google. And that's an 8.
8. You start getting really bad eye strain from trying to read the fine print.
Yeah, I'm not used to the candlelight.
Oh, hey, put another candle on if you want. And he starts digging through the desk and again finding some candles and starts laying them around you romantically.
It's very, they're setting the mood here. Okay, well, what does Bond glean from reading the,
Apart from the eye strain, he basically just gleans that should you be crushed or any other accident happen to you while digging in the mine, in exchange for a modest payment of your pay, a modest percentage of your pay, you will receive a coffin. The coffin will increase in value the longer you pay into it. So it will start with pine, and it will go all the way to oak and ash and other such things until it gets to the finest accoutrement possible.
I require an obsidian coffin.
Oh, well, that's a fancy one. That'll take us a long time to get up to, though. Or you could put the deposit down now if you'd like, but it will be a couple of thousand gold.
Hard pass.
Well, I'd take a little bottle.
So, okay, I think at this point, Bond is sort of, he's kind of made his way to the end. And he's, I don't know about. I'm not really built for mining work. I mean, what's this whole deal?
Well, you see, you go to the mine, and you know, you sort of chip away at the graphite that the elves are looking for. Don't worry, graphite's really soft. It's quite easy on the hands. And then you hand the graphite in, and once you've handed enough graphite in, you get bonus pay, I believe. You'd have to speak to the elves, though.
So we need to go next door, talk to the LV insurance fella. The elfin gentleman next door. He can tell us a little bit more about this here. We'll be signing up for.
Oh, well, it'll probably be that. Oh, yeah. You see, is that the big thing here is we sort of look at your, we look at how much you're earning, and then from how much you're earning, that's how much we would take for going towards your coffin. Whereas we can't really do that. The elves can, though, because, you know, they're, you know, actually the ones paying you. Or the dwarves, in that regard, if you take the dwarves instead.
Some kind of choice ahead of us, then. Look, Phil, I know you're on the up and up. Look, man to man. However, are you saying we can't move forward at all with any of this until I speak about
Oh, you
employment
can.
status?
You can just sign this bit of paper, and then we'll just bill you.
Well, if I don't know how much I'm going to earn, then,
Well, you know, we'll just agree a percentage. That's not a problem.
It's, well, that's, I could say, I mean, you, a little funny guy, you never told me your name, Barnes. Barnes, okay. Well, what is this all, I mean, this coffin deal, you seem to know what you're talking about. Well, do you think I should sign it? Well, I know it seems like a little bit of a scam to me, but what do I know? I think we should go and speak about this employment. The elves next door seem to, yes, they would be the ones to speak to. I didn't like the look of the dwarves. They looked a little bit too grubby for my tastes. Suddenly he's become some kind of vampire. Who knows where this is going to end?
Blah, blah, I say, do it. Blah.
I want to suck your blood.
I thought I was honestly going to go, I want to suck your blah. Your blah.
I don't know quite what came over me. Blah, 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 blah. I can't stop saying blah now.
Oh.
Well, pull yourself together there, Professor.
It's the ghosty syndrome all over again.
Yeah, I hear it's going around now these days.
Well, don't you worry. I've got a steak here. We can always give you that if you think you're going to need it for your compatriot.
I'm vegetarian.
Oh, well, maybe we can get a vegetarian one for you, sir.
But it kind of ruins the.
Well, the problem with the vegetarian steak, you see, is there's not as much iron.
Well, I take these supplements.
That would be fine.
Pats down. I must be in my other uniform.
Well, that's totally fine then. You'll be all right with that.
Well, I'll tell you what. We might come back. We're gonna speak to the. We want to smell out what our options are.
Would you say you're good with people?
I'm very good with people.
All right. Well, the thing is, right, that we're looking for some missing people. What's really happened with it is, the elves and the dwarves are fine with themselves, but they're not really that caring much about no humans going in the mine. And the problem is, a lot of humans have gone missing, but we don't really know where they've got to. So, if I give you this list, he sort of gestures this rough about page of names. If you find anyone on it, would you let me know? Or would you let them know that the union's looking for them?
Well, sure. This is some kind of off the books rescue op.
Oh, not really. No, it's just we've got a pile of coffins out the back, and no bugger will take them.
They haven't been claiming their coffins.
Oh, no. Oh, what about this then? If you go and find one at a little couple of these names here, we'll give you some bonus coffins.
Then we can make a raft and finally cross over the wide waters of the Mississippi that's been stopping me from getting to my next destination.
Oh,
okay,
these coffins are especially buoyant. That would very help you.
That's what I want in a coffin. I want buoyancy.
Oh, why?
The ability to cross
finest quality coffins have got the best buoyancy imaginable.
They say sea levels are rising. I still want to be able to be safe and sound in my own private box during all that.
Oh, it's always important to look up, sir.
Especially when you've been buried 6 feet down. Okay, give me that list. Takes it.
So it gives you the list of names.
Okay. Just scan the list. Any names jump out of me?
Not really. No, they're just all generic names.
Okay. John Smith. Seems straightforward. Ted fake name.
Ted. Oh no, we wouldn't accept no Ted fake name.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, that's another one of them typos you were talking about.
Oh, that's normal.
Okay, well, yeah, all right. Keep an eye out. We can't have these coffins being unclaimed.
Oh, no, we can't have that. Not at all. We've got to make sure that all these coffins are claimed. I mean, could you sleep at peace at night knowing that someone out there has paid for a coffin but can't have it?
Son, I could sleep under any amount of stress, and it's the sleep of the righteous.
The sleep of the righteous?
Yeah, I know I ain't done no wrong.
Oh, all right.
Sleep
well,
like a baby.
I'm glad you have good dreams. It's quite comfortable sleeping in a coffin, just saying.
One time I dreamt I was riding an elephant down a valley.
They're in a valley? But elephants slide. They've got like built-in skis. How did you manage that?
Don't try to apply logic to some kind of dream world.
Logic?
The land of
What's that then?
The land of the subconscious is a fantastical adventure that's just waiting just behind the close of an eyelid. You should try it sometime.
All right, this is one of them metaphors, isn't it?
Could be.
All right, I've always been told to be careful of those. They're very dangerous when they creep up on you.
Yeah, you gotta watch yourself. You handle it just right. You have a whale of a time.
He just looks over, and Sinister's just like long since left.
Yeah, Sinister's back out in the corridor. Yeah. Come on, we employment. Are we gonna find these poor saps who got killed in the mine, or whatever? Maybe they're not dead. Maybe we can use those coffins anyway. Anyway, come on.
So you leave the room.
Yes.
As you open the door, the dwarf and the human, the dwarf and the elf jump back about 3 feet, and they both give you sort of awkward look to each other that, oh, you've been caught as well, and then go, we weren't listening. Would you like to come this way?
What do you offer that he doesn't offer? Went to the elf.
Oh, to the elf. I offer proper working hours.
Point to the elf, sorry. Talking to the dwarf, point to the elf.
No, dwarf. Well, we offer peace of mind that you're working for the actual owners of the mine. This what the elf scoffs really loudly. And he goes, and we offer care and companionship.
I require neither.
Right. We offer collectible mugs.
Oh, I do like a mug with a face on it.
We've got that thing. You can come this way, and the elf is just standing there, like mouth agape, like, I'm sorry. What? You can't just buy off customers with that tat. Well, I think you'll find he's interested. So up yours. And the dwarf starts guiding you the other way.
Do you have some kind of Toby jug available, perhaps with like a laughing man's face on it or something or other?
Oh, we've got plenty of those. Yeah, you come this way.
I know you do. I'm asking what he's doing. What's his counter offer?
My offer is that I would actually pay you to work in the mine.
I'm not going to lie. That's a pretty convincing counter offer.
Ah, come on. It's a wee face. Look at this nose. It's a wee face on a jug.
Look at him go. Yeah. Professor, maybe we ought to... Whatever the most expedient way of getting down there in that mine is... yeah.
And at this point, the dwarf runs off inside. He comes back a minute later with a milk jug with a small face on it, and he goes, "Look at this wonderful piece of dwarven craftsmanship that could be just yours, just for listening to our small presentation."
It sounds an awful lot like a timeshare pitch. My Uncle Grabnar, he used to sell timeshares. He used to say, "Bunch, never get sucked in with the promise of a free holiday." That's how they get you. This voice is definitely not the right one. It's taken on a bit of a cowboy twang. Excuse me just a second while I relubricate my...
So we've lasted barely 20 or 30 minutes of audio.
Yeah, okay. Never get sucked into a presentation. That's how they get you.
Well, I mean, don't you want this small jug, sir? And he looks at Sinister, who seems quite intrigued by the jug.
Sinister is pleased with the jug. He's a little bit, he's sort of reaching for it.
Come this way, come this way.
Yeah, Sinister follows along, I think.
Alright, so you make your way into the dwarven room. The dwarf lures Sinister to sit down at the table, and he just gives him the small milk jug.
Very pleasant.
Good. Right, well, he just nods, and another dwarf just closes the door behind the three of you. And he goes, right, well, now you're here, gentlemen, let us have a small drink to celebrate. And he sorts you all drinks and sort of some small bar snacks and stuff. He goes, right,
any Slugger Cola?
We don't have that, but we do have... He looks at the dwarf just shrugs and he goes, this, and he just brings out a sort of small greenish liquid and he goes, it's wonderful for sore throats.
I'll give this a go then.
Right, well, while you're all there, gentlemen, let us give you a wee small history of the dwarves, So, you see, great-grandfather wasn't in the right frame of mind, you see. He was obviously, losing his mind in the final days, and he decided that he would part ways with the mine of Kinbanog and give it to the elves.
No one's really sure why, and great-grandfather did, unfortunately, shuffle off the mortal coil, as it were, before he could actually tell anyone.
My condolences.
So, basically what we're looking for is, there are many ways that we could attempt to take the mine back from the elves. The most probable one is that, in the contract itself, there's a wee clause that says that the Mountain of Kinbanog no longer has any gold or jewels available. Now, this has been through for a wee while. It's not an unknown story. But what we could do is we want people to go into the mine, have a wee dig around in the graphite that the elves are wanting to harvest, and see if they can find a new gold vein. Because if you could find a new gold vein, then that would solve all of our problems and rightfully return this mine to our wonderful family ownership of such things. And
what do you want the useless gold for?
Well, you see, we want our mine back, and the only way to do it is to, go into the mine and find a new gold vein.
And he just slides a sentence to his pocket, and he pulls out a small glass, a medium-sized glass vial. He just lays it on the table and just rolls it gently towards you, and he goes, "You see, if you found some more gold in there, we could challenge legally the elves for this mine." He takes his hand off the gold vial, and you see it's full of golden flakes. And he goes, "So if it was to be discovered, that there's more gold there, then that would legally help our cause. So we'd like you to just, as miners, go in the mine and do what you can. And if you were the lucky ones to find the gold, well, we'd look very favourably upon you for future."
Seems to me, the elves don't want it for the gold. What do they want with graphite?
They like making little wee pencils and stuff. They like doing that drawing arc. It's not very manly pursuit.
There's a lot of money to be made in drawing anthropomorphic animals of a sort.
Oh, you mean like the ancient tales of dwarves that became animals that are now sold to teenage dwarves under a fictional name?
Something like that, yeah.
I can't deny that they were in fashion about 20 years ago, but I'm not sure how in fashion they are now.
Wild for this stuff. They pay a mint for drawings and such. I don't get it myself, but look, I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying, look, the money's got to turn somewhere. Maybe if you bought some of these pencils, you could make a lot of money online.
Well, maybe, but it's not really our thing.
And he sort of gives you a very kind of pointing quite obviously at the gold in the vial.
Dan kind of picks it up. Yeah, very pretty. Well,
I mean, if gold were to be discovered, and especially in the second dig site, in one of the graphite veins by the team that's turning up in the next couple of days, the ball would be rolling, as it were.
A second dig site.
Well, there are 2 dig sites in the mine at the moment, aye.
Okay, the second built-in secret, the second one.
Well, no, it's still quite public knowledge, but I'm sure if you wanted to make a small dig site for yourself, I'm sure you could sort of fence a wee bit off.
Perhaps I will. Okay, so let me get this straight. Why are you proposing that? So you want us to take a job working in the mine, looking for gold?
Aye.
For free?
Oh, well, no, we will pay you a suitable wage, but if you were to find the gold, there would be a substantial finder's fee.
Okay, that's I like a finder's fee. That's my favorite kind of fee. Other than coffee, but I digress. What's to stop us? Okay, I got a bit of a proposition for you. We could go next door, talk to them elf folks, get them to pay us to work in the mine while still looking for your gold. Would that undermine your claim?
Well, as long as we both,
he sort of gestures towards the gold vial.
As long as we both
don't need to keep
were to
going
win
at
at
it,
the
that's
end
right.
of the day, then I'm sure we could understand such a choice.
Okay. I'm just trying to get the lay of the land here. I'm not an underhanded character here. I just want to know how far you're willing to go, and if it's double dipping under the table, then situation's a little bit more
If you're
complicated.
looking for double dipping under the table, then I'm afraid that we can't offer anything here right now. But if we retake the mine, maybe we could offer us a small celebratory collection, as it were.
Maybe that's the way to go. See, I'm a straight shooter. I like to tell it like it is, and I like to think people like me for that. I'm a people person. People like me. I think I got a warm aura about me that seems to really
You do come across quite cuddly, aye.
I know exactly. See, people, look, you pulled me in here. I didn't even accept your Toby jug. See, you know. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't want to lie to anybody. I don't know. I won't take the elves' money if.
Or you're free welcome to take the elves' money, as long as it's as long as we both understand that there are greater things afoot. Then that is fine.
Well, what gives? Okay, just to clear up this matter, I don't want to get pulled into any kind of legislation or legal dispute. We could make it legal, I suppose. Do you have the deed or the paperwork that says that if there's gold in the mine, it will revert to your particular ownership?
We have that here, aye.
Okay, just want to make sure we're not wasting our time. Maybe before we make this sniveling little thing next to us mine for us, I guess. Bond just kind of looks up at him like...
That's the worker, right? Okay, I get
I'm
it.
not very practical. Quiet, you.
So if you carry on and do the good work, then your employer there will end up with a lot more little jugs.
Sorry. Well, okay. I can make you more drugs, Mr. But okay. Well, it's should be good for half an hour or so, I suppose. I'm not a very physical, but I keep fit, but I'm not doing any mining work. I used to work in a casino.
I mean, there's not that far difference between throwing rocks in a casino and cutting rocks off the wall. It's a very simple job.
They're a different kind of gold digging, though.
Well,
okay.
It's about the same if you know where to look.
Yeah. Don't quite know what you're getting at there, but I'm just gonna just gonna roll on through. Well, okay then, Mister. We'll take a look in your mind, see if we can find your gold. But you can't hold us responsible if we don't find this proposed seam of gold that you're so convinced is in there.
Well, I hope you can travel to Dig Site 2 and give a proper look. I'm sure something will come of it that will make both of us very happy.
You seem very sure about that.
I hope and pray every day.
Ain't never been a God-fearing man. Okay. I respect the beliefs of
God's
others.
got nothing to do with cards.
Cards?
Are we not still doing casino references?
No, I thought we were back to talking business about the mine, but okay. Let me, well, I'm gonna royal flush my way out of this. Other card puns.
Just you think straight, and you'll get out of this no problem.
That's pretty good. I like that.
And
Dead man's hand.
just taps his nose. Maybe you'll end up with a full house. Who knows?
Oh, I like you. You're good. Yeah. Okay, well, point us in the right direction. We'll get to investigating.
No problem.
Such.
Well, as I said, you head back out there. We'll have a cart turn up shortly, and they'll take you out of the mine.
That's good. That's good. Very good. Okay. Spits in his hand, holds it out. I don't know what we're agreeing to.
I'd like you to wipe your hand before I shake it, to be honest.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know what I spit in there.
Well, aye, lovely.
He just gently just leans in and takes you by a finger and shakes it.
Okay.
Lovely.
All
Well, hope you have a fun time, and hopefully we'll be back soon.
Sinister just kind of holds out a hand creepily, like, go on, you can shake my hand if you want.
The dwarf just sort of looks at the dwarf in a sort of like an awkward way, and he just goes, "All right," and he just leans in, and again just sort of grabs the two middle fingers of Sinister and just shakes them up and down.
Put it back. Weird little things. Bond just gives him a fist bump.
Alright, so you head back out of the room, and as soon as you head back out of the room, the elf goes, "So, did you come to an agreement?"
Yeah, I believe so.
So you wouldn't
Fellow
rather
wants us-
listen to the people who actually own the mine, that could actually pay you?
That might be a good plan. Maybe if they are the correct owner of this place, we ought to at least hear them out. Bond's just like, okay, what's the pitch, mister?
Oh, come this way. He turns and opens the door. Gestures you inside.
Okay.
Alright, so you head your way inside. You sit down, the elf comes in and sits very, very tidily at the table behind you, and he goes, "So, we're looking for workers to just work in the mine. We will pay you an adequate fee of a couple of gold a day, plus your bonuses for whenever you complete a cart worth of graphite."
That sounds good. It sounds very good. Hey, listen, we heard rumors you don't much like humans in your mine. I think
it's not that we don't like humans. We're very accepting of humans. It's just that, they kind of get everywhere. You just don't. They don't have any aura about them. They're just sort of there. And
what about me?
one human is very much like another.
What about my aura? What do you got to say about that?
Well, you appear very cuddly.
Thank you. I try my best.
Well, good. It's always good to have cuddly people in the world. It makes the hugs go better.
Yes. Well, so you think humans are some kind of vermin spreading across the face of the earth? Is that what you're saying?
A bunch of humans is easily more forgettable than an elf.
Well, I don't know. Don't know about that. I met some pretty unforgettable humans in my time.
Well, I mean, it's like your friend here. And he gestures towards Sponge, and he goes, "You, my friend, when you walk into rooms, people always acknowledge you and be like, 'Oh, you're fascinating and different, and the life and soul of the party.'"
I've been told that.
Yes, exactly.
Shirt.
See, we elves stand out a lot
party.
more.
I bring a tropical vibe to places that aren't necessarily tropical.
Yes, that's the stuff. I bet you can conjure parrots at a moment's notice.
Well, give me a replicator. Well, no, actually, that's against the rules. Give me a holodeck. I can make you a parrot. Make you a dead parrot in the replicator.
Well, I'm sure that whatever that is, it'll work out fine. But actually, on that note,
Yeah.
what he sort of looks at all three of you, especially at Sinister, and he goes, "You're not superstitious by nature, are you?" I don't know what that noise means.
I have been known to dabble in the occult.
Oh,
Forbidden
wonderful.
knowledge, lust of mortal man.
Do you know anything about, exorcisms or, getting rid of spectres?
I can give it a whack.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Well, you're just the gentleman we were looking for. So, you see, recently, ever since we took over the mine, we've been getting more and more problems with this, ghost, or apparent ghost, that's apparently lurking deep within the mine. He's causing the dwarves to be, well, incapacitated. They're being found scared to death by him. And we just want all this business that's scaring the populace to, well, just go away, as it were. So, would you be interested in removing this phantom?
I will trap a spirit and bend its will to my own ends, yes. Indeed.
Well, as long as you get rid of it, we don't really care what you do with it.
Good. Good.
Right, well, wonderful. Well,
And he opens a very small drawer on a desk in front of him and takes out three small things, and he just hands each of you this little insignia.
he goes, that's a leaf insignia. Just show that to any of the guards. They'll tell you more information about this phantom, or whatever it is.
Very well. Yes, soon.
Yes, well,
Dusty Dan's got. Well, I got one more question. We heard there's been some missing folks. You said the dwarves getting scared to death, but we ain't the first humans around here, though, are we?
Oh no. There's plenty of humans about. Problem is, there's an endless lines of humans that come to try and work for us. But
You're saying they all look the same?
I'm not saying they look the same, but after a while, they don't really stand out. They all kind of look the same and they're all of a sort of aging generation.
You said they didn't look the same, and then the first thing you said is,
well, they sort of all, but by the time you've been there a couple of days, they all just seem like the same grey-haired old men.
Well, you got a short attention span.
Well, you see, it's not my job to look at workers. It's my job to hire them.
Feels like that should be part of the job, but okay. We heard that some been going missing as well.
What's going missing?
Well, I don't know. This is what I'm asking you. Humans disappearing down in the mine.
Well, the thing is, we have been hiring a lot of humans lately. I mean, we've been hiring a couple of hundred over the last couple of weeks, and we don't really see that many about, really.
There's a lot of people to go missing.
Well, you see, they're very lazy, these humans. They don't tend to turn up for work all the time. Just like to lie around all day and get drunk in the bar.
That does sound like a good time. I will not argue the point. However, you think this might be down to the ghost of the mines, as you call it?
Well, I believe that the ghost doesn't make it for the easiest,
Not a good colleague. He's not really helping out.
He doesn't really help with the morale of the people.
Yeah, no, I've had some. We've all had co-workers like that before. They just suck the life out of the room.
Yes, they kind of put a downer on the mood.
Be there laughing and joking. The next thing they know, they're telling you about prior life, prior to their horrific death, something like that.
Yes, that's a lot like humans. They're always telling you things like, very obvious things like you're quite tall. And yes,
I'm quite tall, yes, but it doesn't hurt to. I don't mind hearing it. Yeah, after a while, yeah.
I often find they're also quite fatalistic as a species, with it telling me like, oh no, we're all going to die. It seems very common with humans.
They'll be wiped out, all of them.
We are due adverts in 5
seconds. On
seconds.
that line, let's smash cut to advert break. Bam.
All right. Well, I think we have ads, so we're going to go to the ad screen. AJ, if you need to jump to bathroom or juice or anything like that, please do so
now. No, I'm good for the minute.
All right. Let us bring up the ad screen. There we go. Alrighty.
We're back.
We're back, everybody.
Back in the saddle. Indeed.
Indeed.
Alright.
Indeed.
Right, so, the elf, goes,
That's the stuff. Yes, if you can remove this, maybe the specter's what's causing all these humans to disappear. Maybe maybe they run screaming and are too terrified to do any more work.
That is something that humans are liable to do. Yes, I will capture this specter.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Well, I hope you can do such things and rid our mind of it. If you do, there will be a substantial reward.
Good, good. I will do it. Yeah, that felt a bit gratuitous, but okay.
Well, wonderful. Well, I'm glad that we had appropriate conversation. But if you ask any of the guards, they'll give you a bit more information about what actually is going on. But yes, from what we can tell here, it's all a case of a minor misunderstanding and a ghost that we need to get rid of.
You say minor misunderstanding. Look, you don't look like a man who enjoys puns. I apologize.
Well, I do try to play upon my words in a way that is more fun.
Oh,
I mean, I can be fun too,
Yeah.
I'm not a stick at parties or anything. I'm actually quite
no,
fun.
no,
I've
God,
actually
no.
invited more of them.
Yeah, everybody, I'm sure they enjoy your trenchant wit, pithy comebacks and such. Okay, well, we'll be out of here down at
Sorry.
if there's nothing else.
All right, well,
I'm sorry.
There'll be a cart outside shortly. Please report back when you can.
Will do. Well, yeah, we'll have a look in this haunted mine for missing people and graphite. Graphite in a mine. That doesn't make sense. Okay.
All right.
Yes, we shall depart. We will go forth and do this thing. Wham.
So you head out to the cart. It takes you over hill and dale, and it takes about the rest of the day to get there. And as you go over this final hill, you see this, on the foot of this mountain, you see this big sign that says the Mountain of Kinbanog. Only Kinbanog had a line drawn through it, and below, in very fancy elven script, is the word Bricquemynydd. And as you descend into this small town, you have a rest in the inn. It's a relatively quiet night. The next morning, you follow all the workers as they all make their way onto this quite rickety-looking steam train.
Everybody stay frosty.
And
Try to keep a low profile. We don't want any attention drawn to us. The old man in a in a dark robe who seems to be cackling to himself and some kind of Hawaiian shirted. I'm gonna be honest, Barge. I don't know what your deal is. I'm not judging. I like you, but I don't know what's going on with you. I'm a Ferengi. Yeah. I don't know what that means, but okay. Well, just keep your heads down, fellas. We're gonna get inside and then out.
so you get on this train. It's built for dwarves, so anyone who is above 4'6" is really struggling with headroom.
I think everybody is above that. I think even Bond is a short guy. He's like 5 foot. I think 5'2". I don't know how tall the Sinister is. I feel like he's kind of bent over and like. He's probably 5'11". Dusty Dan's Similar height.
Strapping tall man.
6'1". He's a strapping. He's a handsome tall gentleman.
So he's
Tall glass of water is what he is.
he does struggle with a bit of headroom while this train departs and takes you deep into the mountain.
I have to take off my hat.
And as it descends through the darkness, eventually it just sort of explodes into a very brightly lit station deep in the mountain.
Wow.
And as you disembark the train, there's some stalls sort of standing around that seem to be selling and renting mining equipment. There's a dwarf with a clipboard who seems to be counting flagstones. There's some elven guards, and there's a bunch of workers who seem to be standing around a pair of quite large holes in the ground. What would you like to do?
Sinister's going to walk up to the guards and flash his badge thing or whatever it was. You there, I'm here to some
Your microphone cut out a little bit there, Barry.
My name's not Belry. You just called me Belry.
I know, but I was going to try and call you something else, but I forgot halfway through and it ended up just being Belry. But your microphone cut out a little bit there, so I didn't get what you saying.
I wasn't quite pointing towards it.
What were you saying, Petal? I didn't catch it.
The professor heads towards the guards, flashes his badge thingy. Well, the thing we were just given. You there? I am here to perform upon these cursed workings.
Well, we got as far as perform, and then you seem to the next word seemed to go away again. I think it might have been a little bit too deep.
Which word is not coming through?
Well, you said we're here to perform, and then you kind of cut out a little bit.
An exorcism on these
okay. Well,
cursed workings.
All right, Petal. Well, that's good to know. But where exactly would you like to do this? I know you've got the badge, so I know that they've at least sent you, but we don't really know what best to do. What do you need for this exorcism?
Well, number one, I'm gonna need the fucking ghost. Sorry to swear, it's been a long day and I don't enjoy railed conveyances.
I don't know if we got any fucking ghosts. We've got a single one, he's quite happy. I mean, maybe he does that to himself.
He'll have to do then. He will have to do.
Alright, well that's good. Well, he's down on dig site 1.
Okay.
What is it? We haven't really caught him yet, though. We've just sort of heard from him. What is it you kind of need to sort of deal with him?
I have everything I require. Although I wouldn't mind a hot beverage of some sort.
All right. Well, I'm sure we can sort that out, can't we, bud? Yeah, suppose so. All right. Well, we'll try and sort that out for you. Do you want it, brought to you or something, or?
In a mug.
All right. All right. Well, we'll go try and find that for you now.
I'll wait.
All right. Well, we'll be back in a moment. And they disappear off into the crowd.
Sinister turns to Dusty Dan. Hang on. I don't actually need a drink, but you need to give these people something to do, otherwise they start asking more questions. Trust me, I employ several billion of these mindless fools. At least I have not the smart to put mine behind helmets. I don't have a look at their stupid faces. Walking around, Roger. Shut up. Look, here they come.
So they come back with a mug of something. You can't see what it is, but there is steam coming off of it. Go, all right, we got you a mug of goat's milk.
All right, give it to that one.
Which
Points
one?
to Bond.
Oh, all right, here you go, son. This will make you big and strong, I think, for your father.
I'm already okay. He's not my dad, but all right.
Oh, we've all been through that stage. Don't worry about it, Pedal.
He's not my real dad. Sinister, you're not my real dad. You just married my.
Well, I know how.
That's not canon.
I know there's troubles at home, but just have a good luck and have your goat's milk. You'll feel better soon.
Okay. He's holding it with both hands. Sips it. Boy, it's scalding hot.
Yeah, well, that's what he asked for. He asked for the hottest drink we can get, so that's what we gave him.
Did he? I don't remember that, but okay.
Well, when someone implies a hot drink, they've got, several levels of implication. And when he
True,
says,
didn't
I want
specify.
a hot drink, then we thought that it's, quite high up on that list.
Yeah, I can understand the confusion. You gotta define your terms. Well, carry on, boys.
All right, well, I guess we just, we start until you dead with Brennan. Yeah, right, well,
Well,
Happy
fellas,
day.
while we got you, can you point us in the right direction to get down to that dig site one?
oh, you just want to go to the, wait for the lift over there. He just points to the massive
Right.
holes in the ground. It'll activate
Oh,
quite
okay.
soon, and you'll know it when it starts. There'll be a big horn.
Big horn, you say?
Yeah,
Well,
it's like a sort of big dwarven horn. It's quite startling if you ask me, but there's not really much else we can do about it.
I've been around. I've seen some pretty startling dwarven horns in my time. You don't need to tell me. So, have a good one, fellas.
All right, well,
Take it easy.
It's all-
Stay safe. I said, you gotta keep your head about you. I want you boys to get home to your family tonight. I'm sure you got people who love you, right? Everybody's gotta have somebody.
well, I've got Brennan. Brennan loves me, don't you, Brennan? And the other guard sort of just, yeah, he's
Finish
lovely,
your
ain't
shift,
he?
get home, hold each other tight, squeeze each other, tell each other you love each other, and fall asleep ready to do the same again tomorrow.
Well, I mean, we do that already, but we'll take your blessing.
That's what I'm saying. No, have a good one. Keep it easy.
All right, well, thanks. And the two elves walk off hand in hand.
All right. Nice fellas. All right. Well, I don't need no mining equipment. You need any mining equipment, Professor? I don't intend to do any actual mining. I've got a cursed crystal which I intend to trap this foul beast within. He pulls out like this crystal about that big from inside a pocket. His soul will remain in here, and I will use him to power the new air fryer I bought last week. Be damned if I'm giving any more money to Southern Electric.
I have no characters near this, so I can't react to anything. So
No, I'm just joking to myself. I think we're kind of wandering back towards the elevator.
as you're wandering back to the left, and Sinister is mumbling about the air
This
fryer. He's just
conversation's happening while I'm wandering.
Yeah. You hear this very loud, very single-noted dwarven horn sound, like a sort of, and all around you, this sort of loud grumbling noise as this gigantic lift starts up and starts moving. It's like a sort of Souls-like lift, so basically any kind of like massive, over the top stone-plated lift
Right.
that
Yeah,
seems to be just.
We hop on.
Sorry, there's a cat paw just hovering around here.
Yeah. What's going on there?
I don't know. There we go. I've stopped it. So yes, you climb on the lift. Where would you like to go? You see on the wall there's a simple sort of breakdown of the floors. It says that this floor you're on is the station, the shops, and the elven offices. The floor below is the infirmary, the canteen, and the barracks. The floor below that is dig site 1, the refining room, and the equipment room. And below that is dig site 2. And it says below that is, in very thick dwarven text, the word bedrock. So where would you like to go?
Maybe we ought to talk to the people in the infirmary just to see what's if people are going missing, people getting hurt. Maybe they'd know a bit more about it than the people, those fellas we talked to before. Yeah, some good thinking there, Bond. It's almost like we're sharing some kind of point. We all act to our own proclivities. I think we ought to just go straight to the dig site so I can power up my air fryer and make some goddamn fries. No, hold on, Professor. Let me adjust my voice to be this guy again. Yeah, I think let's go to the infirmary. We'll do that. It's good thinking.
Alright, so
To the infirmary.
infirmary. Okay. So you head down the lift one floor. You climb off. You see at this floor. You are here now until the lift sounds again, but you can go to the infirmary, which is a building to your left, which is like almost like built into the wall, and it's got a quite large red cross in the front of it.
Right.
Next to that is a what looks like a dwarven drinking hall that's been converted into a canteen with many elves making what looks like some kind of bread. And to the right of you, there is a barracks where it has several doors in, and you just hear the sound of snoring coming from it. So you can go.
Okay.
You can basically go to all these places, or none of these places. Entirely up to you. But where would you like to go?
I think I do want to start with the infirmary.
Okay. Well, as you're deciding what to do, the lift comes up behind you, and two elves get off the lift wheeling a cart. On top of this cart is two unconscious dwarves that are like stacked on top of each other like cornwood. And they just go, "All right," as the two of them just sort of wheeling this this pair of dwarves towards the infirmary.
What happened here, fellas? This looks serious.
Oh, well, you see, the dwarves was just found in the lower levels. We do this every time the lift activates. We go down to the lower levels and farm the dwarves. Any dwarves that are passed out, that is, and we take them up to the infirmary.
So this every single time the lift moves, there's some kind of dwarf in distress.
Yeah, there's usually quite a pile of them down Dig Site too by this point. This is quite a light one. We're only having two of them.
You didn't think to this means something's wrong down there, or?
Oh, it's just dwarves. Apparently they just do this. We asked a couple of them before and just got told that it's the way it's been for a while. So, well, you know.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean the same thing, though. Just because it's been that way for a while doesn't mean that's the way the dwarves do things. They could have been in trouble for a while. You just let them down there. What happened? You know, you didn't think to investigate?
Well, you know, we just sort of paid to go down and get the dwarves and take them up to the infirmary. We're not really paid to look at them. And we're not doctors. We're just sort of delivery boys.
Well, that's fair enough, I suppose. Everybody's got their part to play. Well, lead the way. We'll come in and talk to
All right, well.
your fixing station.
So you go into the infirmary. The dwarf goes, "Got another couple for you," and you hear it's very kind of like, "That's fine. Just leave them over there." And as you watch these dwarves come in, they go. The elf goes, "Oh, which beds are free?" "Oh, beds 13, 15. All right, okay. So they stop at this sort of horseshoe of beds, and they pick the dwarfs up and they put them on top of beds 13 and 15, and they start wheeling the cart away. And at this point, the elf that was at the sort of, basically for want of a better term, nurse's station, just goes, "Hi there, can I help you?"
Yeah, hey there. What's going on around here? What's happening to all these dwarves?
Oh, are you a relative? At this point, you hear this very wet thud. So the sort of very wet thump, and you sort of, at the corner of your eye, you just see that the dwarves that were on the beds are no longer on the beds. And she's like, "Don't worry, that just happens. Well, who are you relative of? Let me just check my list. Then we can get you round to your relative."
Glod,
okay. Glod,
son of Glod.
Glod, son of Glod. Is that Glodson, or is that Glod, son of Glod?
Glod, son of Glod, yeah. Double D.
Glod, son of God, okay.
In the spelling, I mean, he's not got a gigantic chest.
She just stops and sort of blinks several times as she's just trying to understand what you mean. And then she sort of vaguely goes, "Oh," and just carries on looking through the list. Guys, I'm afraid we don't have a Glodson. We've got a Tompkins Glodson.
Well, maybe he's using that. That was his maiden. Sure.
Right, I see. Okay, well, follow me. And she just walks around the table. and just leads you off to this horseshoe of beds. She gets to about bed 7. That's probably the only people you can see on these beds now is like 2 old men that are in like roughly like 8 and 10.
Dwarves, are they?
Yeah, they're humans.
Yeah. Humans, eh?
Humans with very thick grey hair. And
Right.
she goes to the sort of 7th bed along, and she goes, "Here he is here," and she just leans down, lifts the blanket up, and you just see this like pair of dwarven legs just sticking out face down. She goes, "So here's your relative. You can visit for as long as you need to. Just please let us know when you leave. Thank you."
Before you go, what was that whole thing where they were no longer in the beds? The little wet splat with hers, they were coming in.
Oh, the problem with dwarves is when you put them on the beds, they like to roll under it. So if you put them on the beds, they will just roll under.
Right.
You can try this with your relative if you feel fit.
No, I don't think so. He looks pretty comfy the way he is.
All right. Well, if you have any problems, come find me. Thank you.
Yeah.
And she just walks back off to the sort of nurse's station and carries on what she was doing.
She didn't seem particularly concerned about the health of these people. I don't know about you. All the doctors I've met have been pretty good about all that. There's a doctor on my ship who's really good. Nothing like this one. Yeah. I poke the dwarf who's in the bed.
Okay. He's lying on the floor under the bed.
Well, under the bed.
And you sort of tap him with your foot, and all you can hear is mother.
Remix. Calm down, son. You're not making any sense here. You're in a safe place. What happened?
Again, just sort of gibbers noises, and eventually, after a while, he just continues to repeat "mother" over and over again.
Only person I've seen repeat mother that much. Well, he's also pretty small, but I haven't seen him in a place like this. Looking around. So nobody's kind of tending to anybody.
The beds are all, if apart from the 2 humans on the bed on top of the beds, there doesn't look like there's anyone in any of the beds at all. But you sort of lift up 1 or 2 more of the beds, and there is a dwarf under every single bed.
Okay, how many beds are in here in total?
16.
16. Okay.
Again, a sort of horseshoe style arch.
Right. Sinister goes to one of the humans. You there?
Oh, hello. Can I help you?
I certainly hope so. What happened to get you into this predicament?
I went on a stag do.
Oh. Yes. A little old for that sort of thing, aren't you?
Oh, I'm only 23.
Well, must have been a hell of a party.
Well, I remember being on the mushroom ale, and the next thing I remember is being dragged along the floor outside from the lift into here.
What's your name?
Oh, it's David.
Go on.
He just blinks at you several times.
No, that's my name, is David.
You don't have a surname or middle initial or anything?
Well, I suppose if you're being really formal, it's David Glogson.
David Glot. Oh, yes. Yeah.
I'm
Dusty
here with
Dan
my
what?
brother, Travis. He's got. I don't see him anymore though. There's a gentleman over there looks like him, but it can't be. Travis has thick black hair and a very sort of bushy moustache.
I want Dusty Dan to pull out the list we were given of missing people.
Mm-hmm.
Is a David Glodson on there?
There is not.
Okay. I have a theory, but I feel like it's a little too early in the game to put it.
You can make it. It's just you, so you can make it what you want.
That's true. Is this the mind that makes you go old?
I'm not going to respond to your queries.
That's
It's entirely
true.
up to
I
you.
say out loud, not in character voice. Okay. Well, okay. Working this David, I know you had a bit of a heavy night of drinking past, turned you into some kind of old...
Oh, that mushroom beer is
I'll get you.
very
Yeah,
deadly.
But you in your regular days, do you working in? You a working man? You work down this mine here.
Oh, yes, I used to work down in Dixie too. Well, I say used to. I'd work there for about half a day. And,
Well, that's a
so
pretty short
old
shift.
now. Felt so weary
What,
after my shift. It was so exhausting.
Look, we've all been there. Look, I've had shifts. Well, no, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a particularly hard worker. Not in the traditional sense. I'm a Roman soldier of fortune, righter of wrongs, outlaw, hero, factory and so. But I could appreciate you putting in the hard day's work. I don't quite know where I'm going with this. Suffice to say is, what do you think happened to make you look so old?
As I said, my shift was very exhausting, and after that I came up and I met up with Travis and a bunch of the other lads, and we had a good old sing-song in the canteen. Then I remember my first pint of mushroom ale, and then I don't remember a thing until being dragged up.
Where did this mushroom ale come from?
Oh, it's in the canteen. It's sold by
Oh, yeah,
this
but
old
that's-
bitch of a woman called Annie.
Annie. Well, maybe we have some questions for her. Well, thank you for your time. I don't know, maybe try moisturizing or something.
I hope you've, I've forgotten if you asked me anything now, but I hope whatever you asked me,
You've
can
seen
answer.
a ghost around these parts. That's the other thing. The professor here is looking to power up some kind of minor kitchen appliance using the ghost spirit, and he wants to.
I've not seen a ghost, no.
Well, worth an ask. Okay, you heard any rumors and things? Anything strange going on in these parts?
Well, not really, no.
Just the unconscious dwarfs and the old people.
Well, I suppose so, yes.
Fun.
I don't know why I feel so tired. It's been such a rough couple of days. I hope something bad didn't happen to me.
Maybe you're dehydrated. I hear everybody these days, they say you gotta have a certain number of liters of water a day to keep you feeling youthful. Not like it's like the 1980s anymore.
It's been a while since I had a lot of liquid. I've been sort of just sipping on this water since I got here.
I don't mean to break things to you. That's not water. That's a cat.
What? What do you mean by it's a cat?
I mean, you're just licking a cat. That's not a glass of water.
Oh, I thought my tongue was feeling furry.
I feel like furriness came up earlier on, but it's never. Let's move on. Okay, well, we'll talk to this Annie next door, find out if there's anything fishy.
Oh, there's nothing fishy going on. There's no fish. Believe me, I'd much rather fish with that horrible elven bread.
Elven bread, you say?
Yes, it's very salty.
Salty. You know, fish wouldn't help with that, though.
Oh, but the fish sort of helps with the texture.
I never really been much one for fish, not with the bread anyway. Well, I hope you get younger and better. Pats him on the shoulder.
Oh, you've got a very heavy touch.
Well, no, it's meant to be reassuring. Well, as per usual. You get well soon, mister. Mister, sounds. I guess we'll leave the info.
All right.
Get to the canteen.
As you wander out of the infirmary, you wander over to the canteen. As you get near, a very enthusiastic elf goes, "Hi there, are you after some lembas bread?"
No, I just ate. Hang on. Wrong wrong name. No, I just ate.
Well, if you're sure.
Oh,
it is paid for by the elves, so you can have as much as you like.
What's it made out of?
Well, bread.
Yeah, I know bread is made out of bread. What goes into it? What makes it so special?
It gets 4 hours of love and passion, followed by grinding oats to make the wondrous, most tastiest lembas bread you can imagine.
4 hours of love and passion, eh?
Oh yes, we've been told that's more than most.
Well, maybe. I wouldn't know anything about that. What's involved in this, to do with the bread? How does that involve in the bread? I mean, surely you've got to put the oats in before.
We bring some oats in, then we grind the oats up, then we soak them in our special sort of elven water that we get imported as well. Then we add them to a bunch of this and bunch of that, and then we add a little bit of love and attention. And then we bake them in the oven for several hours, and then they make this wonderful bread.
Let me stop you right there. Yet again, what is this love and attention?
Did you not cook with love and affection? Every meal you've ever had must have been dry and tasteless.
Look, I'm not much of a cook. I want to be. But
Do you not just wake up in the morning and say, "I want to put my love into this loaf"?
What? Not in that context.
His smile sort of drips for a second, then he goes, "Oh, don't be disgusted. We wouldn't do that. Not to bread, anyway."
Fair enough. But I mean, me neither. Look, I don't want you to think I'm waking up in the morning grabbing a bread and, really.
I mean, if you're more after that, just speak to Annie. She's probably more up your street. Just points over, and in the distance you just see this sort of dark alcove with this. All you see in this alcove is like a large table with a flagon sitting on it, and behind the flagon is this sort of figure in the gloom that seems to be smoking.
What's her? Not that I'm particularly interested in that kind of thing. I'm working a job. I can't be going off on any kind of side quest, if you know what I'm saying. But what's her deal? We've heard her name bandied about these parts before.
All we really know is she likes to sell the ale. That's what she likes to do. Well, likes to sell the sort of dwarven ale. She won't touch any of her stuff. I mean, would you like some fruity wine?
Who gave her a liquor license, place?
What?
This is a canteen. You need the proper paperwork, a liquor license.
He just sort of looks oddly at the other elf and then looks back and he goes, I don't know.
You run this canteen?
Oh, no, I just sort of serve the bread.
Oh, well then what use are you? Who let her in here?
Alright, so as you sort of wave the elf away, you just hear this, "Oh, you have a wonderful voice. Come over here, young man."
Okay. Sinister goes over. Yes, I've been told I've quite a striking voice.
Oh, what's your name?
Professor Sinister.
Well, nice to meet you, Mr. Sinister.
I'm going to stop you right there. I've had this issue before with other ladies. Refuse to use my proper academically title of professor. I didn't go to 7 years of evil university to be called Mr. Sinister. I also didn't watch. I didn't watch Austin Powers International Man of Mystery in 1997. I'd say just steal that joke directly. But here we are.
Oh, well, it's always good to find somebody who gets animated about their academic accomplishments, Mr. Sinister.
Professor, look, do I need to get a name badge or something? I should walk around here with one of those stupid mortarboard helmets on. Hats.
Oh, well, I think you'd look rather dashing in one of those.
Well,
Tell me, have you married before?
Potentially.
Oh, you must have made someone a wonderful husband.
Explored yet in the law.
You must have made someone a wonderful husband.
Well, no. Mine has been a solitary life.
Oh, well, I'm sure we could work something out.
She just leans forward into the light. She's relatively old human. She goes,
well, would you care for some alcohol?
I don't partake, no.
Oh, a man after my own heart. Wonderful.
Wait, so you're selling alcohol, but you don't drink it yourself?
Oh, I have people that want to try it for me, dear. Don't you worry. How about you, my friend? Would you like some alcohol? It would put some hair on your head.
Ma'am, I'm physiologically incapable of growing hair on my head.
Oh, that's a shame. I'm sorry. It's a virility thing.
No, I mean, I don't think so. I hope not.
My ex-husband told me it was a virility thing. That's why he was bald.
Well,
it didn't help him, dear. He was very small in that regard.
I don't really want to hear about your ex-husband. Look, this is a very awkward situation.
I mean, I hope you're better endowed than he was, dearie, because that's a very tragic life to go through if you're not. Although I know you, and just turns back to Sinister and goes, I know you would know how to give a girl a good time.
Oh, sorry. Closes his robe.
Oh, I'm having a hot flush.
Hey, but I just want to say, Sinister hasn't been walking around with just an open road and nude this whole time. That was just a joke. Like nobody's been brave enough to say anything up to this point. They're just... Man. Excuse me, ma'am. What's in this alcohol? What's in this beverage you've been selling over here?
Oh, it's made with the finest mushrooms.
Never. I have an allergy.
Oh, no one is allergic, dearie. That's the pussy's way out.
Do you have strong opinions vis-a-vis the effectiveness and
oh, I just want to see the galaxy burn, dearie.
Government control proposed by vaccinations and such? I feel like I'm getting a strong woo-woo vibe from you here.
She just looks at Sinister and goes,
I think I share your opinions of wanting the galaxy to burn, Mr. Sinister.
I never said what my opinions were.
Oh, you hear these things on the grapevine when you're old, dearie. You don't have to be coy with me.
What do people say about me?
Oh, they say you're tall and handsome and wear a long cloak and nothing underneath.
You could have figured that out just from looking at me.
That's what makes it wonderful, dearie. You proved it all to me.
So I just love the change character. Let's move on.
Where do you get these mushrooms from?
Oh, I have some people that bring them to me, dearie.
Okay, that's not an answer.
Well, you know, they bring them to me. I put them in the pot and I give them a flagon of beer in payment. Oh, if only Mr. Sinister would make me his bride.
I'm currently taking a bit of a sabbatical dating, if you must know. It was never, I think, fully established, but I think the idea was at some point that Mrs. Butterworth was killed. I didn't like her. I hated her. Calling me Mr. Sinister, not Professor Sinister.
Oh, Mrs. Butterworth.
But, never mind. That would inspire some kind of hiatus from the dating scene after the giant gingerbread man. I don't recall that.
Do you not remember she baked her husband? She killed her husband and baked him into gingerbread men.
Is that what happened? I don't remember that.
That was Mrs. Butterworth's backstory.
Either way, really put me off getting out there in the dating scene. Real weirdos out there. But, so I'm taking a bit of me time. I think rather, it's good to have a bit of personal space for a while. Just, nobody there worrying about like, oh, you haven't changed the towels this week, Professor. You haven't ever taken me anywhere nice. These flowers are 3 days old.
Oh, I love it when you get angry and start cutting out on the microphone.
Okay. Perhaps I should go into the setting and check what the noise suppression setting is set to.
It sounds like your suppression is a little bit high.
That very well could be the case. Also, though, I did notice it going down to orange on the video connected thing just a second ago.
Oh, we can't have that, Mr. Sinister. We can't break our bond now.
Let me just check. Noise suppression settings. So I don't know what's going on there.
Alright.
I think it might just
on
be a
that
connection.
side note, does anyone remember how Professor Sinister dies in Plummet? Because I can't remember.
I don't think he
at all.
died. I don't remember him dying.
Okay.
He might have died.
If I don't remember,
anything.
just let me know. But otherwise, it's fine. Don't sidetrack now. But if anyone does remember, please let me know.
She did. So Mrs. Butterworth died after confessing to and I rejected her dying declarations of love. Yeah, look, I'm my own man. I'm my own man. It's just
Oh, what a man.
sometimes it's just you just want to be just a guy with a galactic empire, but no strings attached. If you know what I'm saying.
Wild galaxies couldn't pull you away.
Either way, I'm not in the market for any kind of subterranean lady, like mysterious, like mushroom selling lady thing in the corner. You know what I'm saying.
Oh, maybe if you have a little tipple,
it's not me, it's you.
maybe if you had a little tipple, you'd change your mind.
Just pushes one of the flagons towards the rest of you.
It's very rare I say this, but it's on the house, dearie.
Just gives you eyebrows.
Feel free to say no. Can Bond have his tricorder with him?
Sure, why not?
It feels like a cheat.
Mm-hmm.
I want to scan the bit.
Okay.
Okay.
You do a roll for what the scanner does. Do you have to like just look at it, or can you have to put it in?
No, it's like a kind of sci-fi
That's fine.
thing. It's a 10. Here's proof.
I can't see anything on that screen. It's far too
Yeah,
bright.
supremely overexposed.
Extremely
proof.
bright. You just beep the beer. It just basically comes back with mushrooms, water, and mushrooms.
I don't want to alarm anybody, but there's quite a lot of beer. It's a. You might end up going nuts. I've heard. Look, I've never tried drugs. They talked us out of it at a young age. Drugs get in the way of profit.
Well, I suppose that's true. But then again, if you can sell the drugs, you can make the profit.
How are you doing on that front?
Well, I have enough to hopefully be charming to a certain attractive gentleman caller.
One just turns to the others. Guys, I think we've been talking to a drug dealer. This whole time. What? We can't be caught here. What if the police come around? I can't do time. I would survive in the job.
Oh, just you take this beer, dearie, and I'll say nothing more about it.
I knock it out of her hand.
Okay. Can you just do me a roll, actually, because I can't all make it. I'm kind of pinned down.
Okay.
Just do a normal d20 roll, let's see what happens.
That's another 10.
You knock it over her hand, you spray over Dusty McGraw.
Oh no.
Dusty starts... has Dusty got resist poison?
That's a very bold question when you know for a fact I made no character sheets for these people.
Would Dusty have
You know what?
resist...
I have his plummet character sheet. Give me a second.
There we go.
I keep everything. Dusty Dan McGraw, where are we?
Dusty.
That was not a skill in plummets.
No, it wasn't. It's fine. It's fine. Just do me a normal d20 roll. Let's see how it goes.
He has a leather coat on. 18.
18. Dusty, everything gets more vibrant and colour for Dusty, but he doesn't actually feel any ill effects from it.
Well, that's got a bit of it. Did it go in? You said it didn't go in his mouth.
I just splashed him in the face. And a little bit from absorbing him splashing in the face has caused him to have a small reaction to it.
Blink and oh Jesus! Careful there, Bonds. Things are getting a little wobbly here. Whoa.
At this point, it's also sprayed across the floor, and you just hear this very light fizzing as it's slowly making the floor really clean.
I might be Professor Sinister, but that to me looks like mist.
Looks like you cut out again.
It's fine if it's just a bad joke about Mr. Musk.
Okay. I mean, he does love the jobs you hate, dearie.
I'm gonna try and do the pop-out chat in separate.
Okay.
Close out. Possibly could be interfering with this because it's kind of annoying. Already pop-out chat again. Ooh, almost accidentally turned on shield mode there. That would not mean. Pop-out chat. Okay, and I'm gonna close everything else down. Right. I'm hoping I can keep anything needing the internet to a minimum based on that.
Alright.
But I don't know. I think it's just Discord being weird. We've been having problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You completely cut out from Discord. You said Discord being weird, and then you just everything after that just cut out.
I say, yeah, we've been having problems with Frontier recordings with Discord as well, where it's been cutting me out after a while.
Okay.
So I think it's probably on my end. It's probably my rubbish internet connection. But yeah. I'm trying my best.
You're doing wonderful, Mr. Sinister.
Look, I am... Look, I'll let you in a little secret here. I am the leader of a rather large number of planets and solar systems that I rule with an iron fist. I'm just here on vacation.
Oh, you know how to
can't be
make a girl swoon.
I can't be seen fraternizing with a kind of low drug dealer in a cave. We're in a cave, right? Do you see? You know what this looks like.
Oh, I didn't know you were so into role-playing, Mr. Sinister.
It's Professor.
I'll be the damsel in distress, don't you worry.
I will shock her with lightning.
Okay. Roll.
It's a gentleman's 4.
A gentleman's 4. You zap her. She emits herself. Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
What is wrong with me? I should have killed you. I think Dusty Dan takes the professor by the arms. Come on, Professor. This is well, at least we know what happened to David. Got higher for that. Aged terribly within the night. We don't know what kind of mushrooms are in. Yeah, I want to. Yeah.
So you drag the professor away, as sister's giving a very kind of like, just send me a letter, write to me. I'd always want to hear from you, Mr. Sinister.
Send you straight to hell.
Right. At this point, you hear the horn sounding again, and the lift starts moving.
Sure, we'll go down to dig site 1.
All right. So you step on the lift, and you head as you just see the old woman just waving, with a hand on her heart and waving.
Sinister gives it like finger.
All right. So you descend down to dig site 1. You climb off the lift, and as soon as you're there, you hear everything's oddly quiet. Now, as you sort of look from left to right, to your left you see the entrance to dig site 1, which is quite a large archway, and inside there are several tunnels just going off everywhere. Straight ahead of you is something with a very crude sign that says equipment room, and to your left there's a room with a big sign on it saying refinery. And the refinery is very quiet at the moment. What do you want to do? Again, as you're standing here watching, you see more dwarves just being taken up in the lift behind you.
Coming from dig site 1 or coming from
dig
lower?
site 2.
Dig site 2. Okay. Fellas, let's have a look around. Seems quiet round here for middle of a working day.
As you go off to one side, you have a quick sort of glance into the refining room. None of the machines seem to be turned on; they all seem to be off. And as you look over, you see there seems to be a pair of legs, elven legs, hanging out of one of the machines. Like there's someone sort of half hanging inside trying to fix it. And we have ads in 2 minutes.
Hello there. Hello.
The legs sort of stop, and you just see this elven head just pop itself over the thing, going, "Oh, can I help you?"
Hey, you need any help fixing?
"Oh, yeah, sure." And the elf just turns round and sort of jumps down. He's wearing a very long fake beard that seems to be attached by his ears.
Well, what's the problem? What's wrong with the machines?
The big problem is that the machine's not working, you see. I don't really know what's happened to it, but it's just stopped working completely.
What is it meant to do when it does work?
Oh, it's meant to refine the graphite, you see. It sort of breaks it all up into a sort of nice finer powder that can be compacted by the elves.
By the elves, huh?
Well, you know, it gets sent away to be compacted, and then can be made into, you know, whatever size they really want it to be made into.
Size what?
Well, you know, drawing equipment and all that stuff.
Oh, okay, right. Pencils and things.
Oh, that's it, yeah.
Well, checks out.
Alright, well, if you can have a look around, let me know if you see anything that's out of place.
Did you know why the machine isn't working?
Well, no, if I knew why it wasn't working, I'd fix it. So that's what I need to find, is why it's not working.
Yeah, makes sense.
If you want to do a tinkering roll, try and find
I
what's
do.
wrong with it.
I don't have a character sheet, but I want to put it to you that Bond is an engineer
Yeah, you tinker.
on a starship. So what am I adding to this?
Whatever your intelligence was? No, dexterity. Dexterity.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 5.
Alright, so Bond sort of
it's
looks
probably
around.
not
He's
more than-
he's
he's
more
up to 10
engaged by
maybe.
he's more engaged by the sort of primitiveness of the machinery. Everything looks a bit too
Yeah, it's a little bit out of his wheelhouse.
yeah. Oh, and we have ads starting any second, so we will just have
Yeah.
we'll have Bonds wandering around trying to find the cause of the machine, and when the ads come in, we will jump to the ad screen.
Just wandering around like,
Ah.
yeah.
If you need to take any break for any minute, AJ, you're more than welcome to do so on the ad break. So you'll have about 3 minutes from whenever the ads come in. There we go. And we'll continue from there. So as Bond is looking around at this sort of archaic machinery, he doesn't really find anything that I think, though he does notice that there's a panel lying on the floor with several screws like lying next to it.
What's behind the panel?
He sort of scoots down and has a look under it, and as he sort of scoots along the floor to look under it, he notices there's just quite a large cable that has just been unplugged just a little bit. So when he just reaches up and just plugs it back in, the machine immediately starts up and makes this dreadfully loud whine as the machine starts up again and starts crushing more rock.
Right, there we go.
Oh, thank you.
Another
That
job
really
well
helps.
done.
Thank you, Lord, for that. Well, what was wrong?
Yeah.
Was it was there a thing missing or something?
It was unplugged.
Oh. All right. Well, that's new. Wasn't expecting that.
First step 1, check the power supply. Always check your power supplies. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a simple fix in any problem.
All right. Well, yes, I will do that. I will do that. Well, thank you for that. You've saved me a bunch of work trying to find it.
I like to think the cracking open of a can was in character. Too easy. Okay. So rock is now being crushed, and that.
Yep. So graphite is now being broken down.
Yeah. Do I notice anything weird about the raw rocks or anything?
Not really. No. It's just basically grinding lumps of graphite down into just smaller piles of smaller sort of graphite dust, which again has been bagged up and then taken out to the lift.
Right. Okay. Well, at the very least, I've earned my goal for the day.
Yeah, right. Well,
Useless as it is.
well, we've got a lot coming through, so it's appreciated. At this point, you hear a scream from outside, and a dwarf comes running into the equipment room and starts trying to hide behind one of the shelves. Your elven friend with the beard just kind of goes, "All right, well, I guess this is starting again. I'll get the broom."
What's starting again? What's happening here?
Oh, well, you can go talk to him, see if you can talk some sense into him, but I get the feeling I'm probably going to need the broom.
What's the broom for?
Well, sort of getting him back out. The dwarves going to run in here from apparently seeing some ghost or whatever. And every time they get in here, we need to try and get them back out again. But they like sort of squeezing themselves into spaces. So I need to get the broom to sort of hook them out.
You seen any humans down here other than me and Professor here?
No, not for a while actually. Now you say that. There's one or two out in the dig site. I saw them earlier, but no, not for apart from them. No, not really. Most of the humans seem to go down to the dig site too because there's more graphite down there. Easier money to make,
Sounds fair. Look, this compacting machine you got here. Looks pretty dangerous. Got any kind of safety equipment to stop anybody feeding a body into it or anything like that?
Well, I mean, why would you put a body into it? It's
I
a
don't
it's
know.
a machine for crushing stone. It would just bring a sort of red paste.
You tell me.
I don't know. I'm trying watch it for trying to only use it for graphite.
Good. Don't let anybody put any kind of body, living or dead, into this machine. Well, look, I'm gonna level with you. We got a bunch of missing people happening down here. I'm a little bit suspicious of all of this. What's going on?
All right.
Here?
Well, if I can help, I will do. Just can you see if you can get this dwarf out now? Because he's well in there, and you just notice yourself as like poking the dwarf that's underneath the shelf with a broom, trying to get him out.
Okay. Hey, fella, friend, come on out. We'll keep you safe. Come on, get out of there. Come on.
But there's a ghost. There's a ghost. He's terrifying.
Where's the ghost?
Oh, he's in there. Can you not see him?
Did we see anything?
No.
Okay.
You hear another couple of screams come from dig site one area, and you see 3 or 4 dwarves running again towards the left, towards the equipment room, towards the refinery, and hiding behind just random things.
Friend, you haven't been at that mushroom wine, the mushroom beer that's been given out upstairs, have you?
Is it good for the jitters?
No, I'd advise against it. You seem to be having a pretty bad trip as it is. I feel like this voice is wandering just a touch. No, I'd stay clear. There's a strange, remarkably horny old lady up there selling drugs. Mixed in with the beer, it's bad news. Well, you had to stick to a bottle of Newcastle Brown or something like that.
Ah, yes, Newcastle
Get
Brown.
yourself a bottle of White Lightning and hang out down by the park, the way God intended.
The dwarf just looks at you very.
Bold lightning.
White Lightning. It's a cider.
So again, just give a sort of like knowing, sort of confused look, but at least it stopped him jittering.
Yeah.
Hey, oh, that's wonderful. Now, if you stopped him shaking, now if you could just get him out of that hole.
Come on, friend. This hole's important. Apparently,
Right.
you can't be hiding in there.
You hook the dwarf and you sort of pull him out of the hole. He sort of attaches himself to you and goes, "Oh, well, if you come with me, then we can get my stuff back, and I'd really appreciate that."
No problem. Lead the way.
So I'd really appreciate that.
And he goes,
There you go. You got it.
You sort of follow the dwarf. The dwarf is very carefully walking forward, like very step at a time, single foot at a time, just very, very careful. And as you get to the other side and you're just starting to go into the dig site, you hear another scream and several dwarves come running. Your dwarf companion just jumps in the air about 12 feet and then just turns around and starts sprinting back the other way.
Oh, for crying out loud. Well, Professor, it sounds like you just...
Yep, you cutting out again.
I said, Professor, your ghost is, sounds like it's in the neighborhood. I want to take a wander over yonder.
You look down the tunnel that you see the dwarves just like running from.
Mm-hmm.
And as you walk down the tunnel and sort of look at the end, you see something illuminated at the other end of the tunnel. Do you actually might as well just do me 3 awareness checks for all 3 of your characters and see how they go.
Is I think a 9 for Bonge, a 16 for Sinister, and a 15 for Dusty Dan.
Okay. So Bonge is
I'm not making that up. I rolled 3 dice on here.
No, that's fine.
You can't see it.
Bonge is terrified.
Okay.
Bonge is terrified by the thing. Dusty Dan walks forward a bit more and just sees the outline of what's quite obviously something in a sheet.
Well, this is certainly a interesting chain of events.
And as you sort of move a little bit closer, it just it looks you almost dead in the eye and goes, ooh.
Professor, you do the honors. Gladly.
He again just puts down, he grabs the chain and just starts rattling the chain angrily, going, ooh.
I want to shock him with my force lightning.
Alright, roll.
That's a 17.
17, you shoot him, the sheet catches on fire, and he starts running away.
Okay, well,
There's a trail of smoke following him.
let's follow this here trail. Oh, well, wrong place. Let's follow this here trail.
Are you going to take Bonds with you, who's currently cowering in fear?
Yeah, come on, Bonds. We got this. Yeah, don't leave me.
Alright. So you follow this tunnel down even further. You come into a new room and you see 4 or 5 dwarfs like stamping out this burning sheet.
Okay. Is there anything is there somebody in the sheet too?
No. This is the sheet on the floor. One of the dwarves is stamping out looks more singed than the rest. He is wearing quite a lot of finery.
Is he familiar looking at all?
Got that kind of like family resemblance, but not actually more than that.
Well, evening, fella. All morning. It's tough to tell the time down here in a subterranean environment such as this. Which one of you is wearing that sheet?
What are you talking about? Who are you?
Name's Dusty Dan McGraw, outlaw here. Some would call me a hero. Not me, of course. I'm too humble for that. Which one of you was under that sheet?
All the dwarves sort of look amongst themselves. They linger more on the one in finery, but you sort of get a look from him that he's just like don't look at me. And they all sort of looking in random places. And he goes, the one in the sheet. Oh no, he ran. He kept running down there. He was very fast, very fast. Yes.
What caused him to lose the sheet here then?
Oh, well, it was a fire hazard, you see, so all of us stepped in to try and deal with the fire. Fire in the mine. Oh, you don't want fire in the mine.
Okay, well, say I believe you. What's to stop me from writing a report to the elven folk up above that
What
turns
you
out
think
this
is really going to be a dwarf in a sheet causing problems? No, what kind of
well,
crazy
that's what it looked like to me.
What
Especially
kind of crazy story would that be? No, that is not possible.
Another Dusty Dan original, you know.
Yes, but I mean, there is very little left of the sheet. You couldn't prove anything.
Really?
He sort of looks at the sheet. The sheet is very, very scorched.
So you're telling me this ain't gonna be the end of it with these hauntings down here?
I don't know what you mean. I do not understand. All I know is this poor sheet has been burned.
And he sort of looks over. You see him like sort of look over something and give a kind of back off kind of look. And as you turn around, you catch another dwarf in a sheet off to the side, leaning around one of the pillars.
Good thing I don't see you back there as well.
What? See what? No, there's nothing else here. You're imagining it. The dark is playing tricks on you.
Sir, did you know your hair is still on fire?
He says, puts his hand up and immediately starts like slapping himself in the head to try and stop the fire.
Okay, it wasn't, but you just, the fact that you believe me for a second kind of leads me to believe that you're guilty.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, I just there was a fly on me. Surely not. I've been with you all day, haven't I, gentlemen? And all the other dwarves gonna go, yeah.
I'm trying to put two and two together here. we got hired by a fella looked kind of like you.
Oh,
Family resemblance.
oh, was he a smart, handsome dwarf for one of the wonderful Bannock clan?
Seemed kind of mediocre to me, but maybe. I didn't get his name.
Well, I'm sure that he had wonderful, important things to say, and he had only the most intelligent conversation.
Seems to me we got our wires crossed down here. We're sent down here looking for gold of sorts. If you fellas want your mind back. Whereas you, maybe you're his brother, maybe you're his cousin, I don't know. You got your own plans. You think you can scare the miners out of here.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Make the place worthless. Because who's
I
going to
mean,
want
if
to
the
mine
people
in a
were to
haunted
be too
mine?
scared to work, I mean, that would stop the elves having the mine, no?
Not really. See, legally they still own it.
Well, they don't own the deserted mine, and how good is that for anyone? Nobody wants a deserted mine.
Well, yeah, how long you gonna hang around down here with your shit? Good wool, rattling your chains around. Big man, big dead man. There's only one big dead man I know of, and he retired after WrestleMania 38. Man, recently made some questionable choices about podcast guests, but the less we say about the better.
Because, well, I mean, what would you have to say about it if we were doing this? I mean, what's it to you?
I mean, I'm just saying, knock it off. You know, come on.
I mean,
Come
you
on,
must
man.
understand our plight, you know? It's we want our mind back from the elves, and the elves are all terrified and superstitious. They would all run away. They would.
All I'm saying is this is some fucking Scooby-Doo shit right here. Like, look, we would have gotten away with it if it weren't for us meddling outsiders. Maybe some of the humans on this list here. They also figured out, hey, that's not a ghost, that's a dwarf that's a dwarf with about a foot and a half of chain
any
and a
humans that came in
bed
here, they ran very far away. They did not.
Sure they did. Sure they did. Bet you saw that as well, didn't you?
Well, we thought we terrified them very well, and they ran. They did not come down here.
They got coffins waiting for them upstairs, which is kind of a weird sentence now I say it. But they paid for them coffins. You can't look. They got a bill of sale
if
somewhere.
somebody wants to pay for a coffin, that's between them and God, you know.
No, it's between them and the Undertaker. Or whoever that guy was upstairs. You know, the guy who retired after. It don't matter. Look, all I'm saying is
all I can say to you is we're not hurting anybody. We are just scaring them away, and we have not met any of these humans you were talking about.
You got 20 unconscious dwarves upstairs in an infirmary being cared for by an elf who don't give a shit about them less than.
Oh no, we are not terrifying the dwarves. The dwarves are hardy, but they're not scared of us. They know exactly what is going on.
I just seen 4 dwarves running away from your ghostly
Oh,
shenanigans.
no. You must have been
under a
mistaken. They
machine.
must have been called somewhere else. I mean, a dwarf would not be scared. The dwarf is a hearty, strong man. Well, dwarf.
Boo! Boo! I'll try and jump scare him.
He just jumps away. What are you doing? What is this? What do you think you are?
Okay,
a ghost?
fair enough. That didn't work. But look, you can't tell me I didn't see what I. Look,
At this point,
20 seconds ago.
he makes a kind of gesture to the side. You just notice, and you feel this sort of tapping sensation as you turn and look down. There's a dwarf, quite an obvious dwarf, in a sheet that goes woo at you.
What are you doing?
He just starts to glance over towards the dwarf you're talking to, and then the dwarf just goes. And then keep going.
Yeah, go on, do it. Keep going.
So he's doing
Grab
a
the
lot
sheet.
more. You grab the sheet and pull it off. There's just a dwarf underneath that's just got his eyes closed, is making big hand gestures and wooing noises.
All right. Well, see, is there family resemblance again?
No.
Okay. Son, this is beneath you. You're a proud people. You want to own this whole mountain? Look at you now. Your great-grandfather made a poor business decision on his deathbed. Well, I say, look, I'm sympathetic, but, you know, you gotta let bygones be bygones. There's plenty of other mountains out. You already know this one. Gold, and then go find some more gold. Buy the next mountain. Make it bigger. Put a casino in it. I don't know. Make a roller coaster. Shit. Some kind of Indiana Jones minecart ride that thrills and chills and I don't know, something the stunt show. I don't give a shit what you do, but this is beneath you. You're a proud people. Coming down here putting sheets over yourselves, rattling chains like fucking Halloween night in the minor suburb of Louisiana, fucking St. Louis, Missouri or some shit. I don't know.
Alright, so you just basically like you spend about a good 5-10 minutes just berating all of them, and
is what I'm doing.
all of them just kind of eventually are just looking at shoes and just sort of shuffle
I'm
away.
appealing to their better nature.
They all just sort of shuffle away and sort of make their way back along the tunnel. They all look a bit kind of embarrassed.
Right then. Sinister holds up his crystal. I was paying for the fucking electricity. Well, what else were we down here for? Were we looking for missing people? I think. What?
As you're debating what best to do, you hear the horn sound next door.
Maybe we have to check out dig site too, just in case there's some kind of other awful thing happening down there. Yeah.
Alright. As you sort of come back, you see a dwarf with two quite large barrels down in the lift. He's just taking them down floors. You see all the scaredy dwarves from before just are all going upstairs. And where would you like to go? You can go again. You can go top floor, which is the station, the stalls and the offices, the infirmary, the canteen, and the barracks. Stay on the floor you're on, or go to dig site 2.
We'll go dig site 2, I think.
Okay. So you jump on the lift and you go down a floor. As you get off the lift itself, it's very quiet where you are, all of a sudden, and there's a bunch of like dwarves and humans that are standing around mining. And the humans that are there are very pale, very, very like almost snow white in the hair. The dwarves there are pretty white as well, but you notice as you get down here that there's about 8 or 9 dwarves being loaded onto the carts to be taken up to the infirmary.
Okay. Does anybody like to be in charge?
Not really. It's just the same elves that you saw earlier that just seem to be like loading the carts.
Okay. The elves don't look sickly at all or anything.
Nah, they just look the usual elf-like.
I want Dusty Dan to pull out the list of missing. Just pick a name and shout it. Jeremy Smallman.
At this point, one of the dwarves nearby just turns around to you and he just leans in, takes what looks like a wad of cotton out of here, and he goes, "Did you call Jeremiah Smolton?"
No, Jeremy Smallman, but that's what it says here. I mean,
sorry. And he just stuffs the.
Hang on, wait, friend, hold on.
What?
You pay any money to that union upstairs for coffin insurance?
No, I'm a dwarf. I don't pay for that.
Okay. Yeah,
He might, I don't know, and he just smacks the human next to him, who turns around and goes, "Yeah, what's going on?" And the dwarf just stuffs the cotton back in his ears, as the human goes, "Oh, hello, can I help you?"
Hello. Did you pay? Did you pay for the coffin insurance upstairs?
Oh, no, I didn't. I told him I'd come back maybe by the end of today when I knew how much I'd be making, and he said that would be fine.
Do you recognize any of these names? Gestures to the paper.
Goes, oh, my eyes are a little bit blurry. That's not like me. I have really good vision. He sort of pulls it back and forth several times. He goes, "I'm really sorry. I can't seem to focus on that.
Well,
My eyes feel really itchy now you said that."
don't you mind? You don't rub your fucking eyes. Jesus Christ, you're probably full of dust and shit.
He goes, "Oh well." He starts blinking, like really, like obviously blinking. And he goes, "Well, now you've said that, I definitely do have something in my eyes. Yeah, but it's been a long day. Sorry, could you read the list to me?"
Very well. Jeremy Smallman.
Right.
Tony fake name.
So you carry on for about 20 minutes reading him this list.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
And he goes, "Oh, no, not heading out any of them now." At this point, the dwarf next to him, on the other side, takes the cotton of ear and goes, "Look, at the pair of you, just shush. I'm trying to get some mining done."
You shush. Get out of our face.
He's like, "What was
Oh,
that?" And the dwarf, he turns round and wields his miner's pick quite menacingly.
I pull out my badge thing from the elves here.
What is that?
It's a distraction, and then I shock him with my other hand.
Alright, roll.
Sinister's not a nice one. That's a natural 20.
Natural 20, you just go, bah! And he's just now, boom! It's just a small pile of dust.
Yeah, now people know what's up. Bond's just like fully cowering now. What did you do to him? You atomized him. Jeez. Dusty Dan is looking, he's like, "Whoa, Professor, you might have overdone it."
At this point, the human that was sort of rubbing his eyes just kind of goes, "What happened to him? Where'd he go?"
He passed into the Force, or some shit.
"Oh, alright." Well, at this point, you hear the sound of marching, and you see a group of like 4 dwarves carrying another unconscious dwarf back to the door. They just sort of throw him on the ground next to where the lift is, just lying face down, he's not doing anything, and they go, "Alright, take 5 minutes, men, before we go back in another one." You look at these dwarves, they're all like snow white hair with masks.
Okay, wearing masks.
The masks have got a very crude red cross on the front of them.
Sinister nudges Bond. You got that weird little scanning wand thing. You picking up anything strange around here? Bond, okay. He's clearly afraid of Sinister now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get dusted. Do a tricorder scan just to see if there's anything odd in the air. That's a 2.
2. The machine has got a big red blinking light. This could be low battery, or it could be that it's dangerous. You're not really sure which.
Stupid. That's not good. I don't think we ought to be down here.
As you shake it again, and then you're like, "No, this time it'll work." And as you press the button on it, beneath you there's this massive explosion. Like several floors down, there's a massive explosion. The ground shakes beneath your feet, and like dust just shoots up the lift shaft, coating you all in a thick layer of dust. After several minutes, the dust is cleared, but you're all covered in a very thick layer of like coat of like white and dark dust.
They call me Dusty, but because of this. That's a tale for another day. Oh. Try to wipe this off for me. Oh, where did that come from?
As you sort of try and get you through, the dwarven team that are there are all coughing, they've got some even despite their masks. And you hear sort of calling from floors above asking if there's something happened down there.
There's been an explosion. Send help.
Explosion? Right, we'll get the next team to come down from the infirmary.
From the infirmary?
Well, where else can we send them from?
I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you meant you were sending sick people.
this point, the dwarves next to you go,
Well, we're sending them up to the infirmary.
at this point, the dwarf that was on the floor is just sort of walloping around more like a sort of loose fish.
I thought he was dead.
He was lying face down. He wasn't doing anything. Now he's sort of like jumping around a little bit, like he's more sort of animated a little bit, but he's still just lying face down.
That's weird. I'm gonna prod him with my boot. Hey, fella, hey, get up.
As you prod him again, you hear the familiar tones of mother.
How do I feel as a cowboy man?
As a cowboy man, you just feel too old for this shit.
Just like normal. But I mean, physically.
Physically, you feel a bit tired. You feel like you've dealt with a lot of weird shit today.
It's been one of them days. It must be Monday.
At this point, there's a sort of very weak sounding comes from one of the tunnels.
I better check that out. Come on, Professor. Bonch.
Alright. So you sort of wander down the tunnel. What light sources do you have?
Good question. None.
None. Okay. So you sort of...
The professor's very creepy, though. I get the vibe he...
The vibe you could...
Well, he's got Sith magics. You can sort of see in the dark.
Alright. So you can
maybe Dusty Dan has like a...
Alright, well,
like
if you've got some kind of lantern or something, yeah.
Yeah,
So assuming McGraw's got a lantern, so he pulls that out as you walk along. As you wander along this thing, there's this occasional, like, quite, like, strong waft of, like, very warm air hits you. As you're sort of walking along this corridor.
Is it blowing any of the dust off, or is it...
blows a little. It's not too strong, but it's very warm. Very sort of strongly warm air. And lasts maybe 10 seconds and then stops, but it's enough to be noticeable.
Does it feel like breathing?
Possibly. It's quite dry, though.
Well, I'm gonna cautiously keep going.
Alright. You continue along again, this sort of sound, and the warm breath is like, or the warm air, sorry, is like hitting you every so often. You eventually come to a quite large cavern, and immediately to your left you see these huge slash marks on the wall, like something very large has tried to tunnel its way out of here and failed.
Implying it's still in here. What do I see in the cavern?
To your left, you just see these huge slash marks on the wall, like something has tried to dig and just not got very far.
Right.
When you turn to your right and you sort of continue to walk a bit further forward, you see just at the edge of your light source, you see this quite large pile of bones. Not like a sort of collapsed skeleton or anything, but it looks like they've just been stacked in this pile. And all over them, you see this sort of riddled with piles of mushrooms.
I believe we've found our missing coffin owners. I'm not going to sort them.
As you walk over, look, this is a definite creature. It's definitely a lot larger than most, but it's just bones. They just look very old bones.
Oh,
but
it's not a pile of like human bones.
No, this is just a pile. It's a pile of creature bones, and you do notice that some of the claws that are there could probably be the right size for the ones on the wall.
Right, but it's dead, right?
But it is, yeah. It's very much not even a scrap of flesh on it, but there's loads of mushrooms just sort of like scattered around them, like growing in clusters.
Yeah. Here's where the drugs are coming from. Yeah, yes. The fucking chain Streamlabs. There we go. Yes. And it appears that foul woman is gaining her mushrooms from. We should deprive her of this source of income, and maybe she'll die penniless in a gutter somewhere.
All she wanted is to make herself Mrs. Mr. Sinister.
Not on my watch. I will shock the I want to burn the mushroom colony. Try not to die.
I'm fine.
You alright?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just breathed in at the last second there.
Yeah, don't do that.
There we go.
Can I have my pills?
Hmm?
Can I have my pills?
Yes. Bro, yes.
It's after midnight. You should take yours. If you haven't.
I took mine before we started. Alright, so, you as you sort of look at this pile of bones, what, you want to do anything with it, or you just want to just...
Well, I mean, what kind of creature does it look like it came from?
It looks about the kind of size of a dragon, but it's
Right.
definitely not a dragon because the skull does not look dragon-like.
Okay. I mean, I really just want to get rid of the mushroom. As sinister in a purely malicious way of like cutting off that woman's income stream.
Hmm?
Well, and in Bonja's way, if it's the right thing to do, she's drugging the miners.
Okay.
Um,
Are you wanting to pick them? Are you wanting to trample them? What do you want to do?
well, ideally, do some kind of like flamethrower.
I mean, you've got
Just
lightning.
kind of. I've got the lightning. Maybe we just like. Can we lightning the colony, or like the mushroom colony?
Sure. Do a roll.
Yeah. Okay. 12.
You crackle the lightning on it.
Yeah.
There is an enormous, like, foom. All the bones are now completely ablaze.
Good. Good.
The mushroom is burning, and there is a very strong smell in the air. Can everyone roll resist poison, please?
Well, I should have thought this through. Okay. Okay. I got a sponge, a 2 for Sinister, and a 17 for Dusty Dan.
What was Sponge's number, sorry?
12.
12. Since Sponge has never done drugs in his life,
He's gotten drunk. He's just not gotten.
He
doesn't do
starts
drugs.
clutching at his throat and then starts thrashing around, like lying on the ground, thrashing around.
Don't know why I'm doing like Wallace and Gromit Wallace hand. But
Yeah. The professor just slumps forward. Just slumps forward. Dusty Dan just starts, like, his eyes start getting very heavy. And he just needs to sit down for a minute.
just give me a minute here. Gotta rest my legs.
Okay. The world goes dark.
Oh no.
All three of you awaken in the infirmary. As you're sort of, as the three of you are sort of looking around, you see you're in adjacent beds from each other. The professor is no longer wearing his overall gown. He's wearing a very white, clean hospital gown, with complete with several little hearts sewn on it.
Oh no. Oh no.
Dusty is wearing again a similar sort of hospital robe, as is Bonge.
No.
But all three of you feel very like exhausted. As you look the two that aren't the professor look very like they've aged substantially.
Right.
Bonge, I don't know how Bonge would look older than he does. Maybe just
He
a
just
bit
gets
more.
more wrinkly.
Yeah,
he's
there's
only,
more
he's
wrinkly
literally
in the
like
eyes.
23.
And Dusty looks incredibly white, like his hair and beard look incredibly white. Whereas the professor just looks exactly the same, only maybe somehow slightly more wrinkly.
My life has been extended through the dark magics. But I still look pretty wrinkly. That's kind of my whole vibe.
At this point, the elf... Oh, you're awake. Hello there.
Hello.
We gave us quite the startle.
Well, I mean, good. I hope you weren't expecting us to, like, sick.
Well, you know, you're here now and you're safe. Don't worry about that.
Where is my robe?
Oh, we had to go and clean it. It was very contaminated with mushroom.
Well, we had a lot of stuff in the pockets. What would happen to that?
Oh, we took that into your small kit box. It's over here. And she just gestures to a small sort of foot locker at the end of the bed that seems to have got a big pile of stuff thrown into it.
Good. It's my personal effects.
Yes, they're all in there as far as I can tell. Oh, you have a visitor too, and you just turn around and you see this elderly woman holding a bunch of flowers. She goes,
Oh, no.
Hello, Mr. Sinister. I thought it was you I saw get dragged in here yesterday. How are you
Christ.
feeling now?
Well, all the worse for seeing you.
Oh, don't be like that. Have a little fun in life. Think of the places we could go if we got married.
I don't need to get married to go anywhere. I'm going to get into this with you again. I'm a free spirit. I can boogie down wherever I feel.
Well, you can boogie down with me anytime.
I could see that coming.
At this point,
No means no, lady.
At this point, you just hear the nurse go, "Oh, it's so wonderful to see you, old love."
It's not. I'm being sexually harassed here, and you got a duty of care. I'm a vulnerable elderly gentleman, and you harass me in my time of need. I'm in a hospital bed. She's trying to.
I just walks over, just taps you lightly on the foot, and she goes, "Oh,
Down.
it's lovely."
Don't touch me, no.
Also, we found some weird things when we examined you. You had several, abscesses. We've treated them all. I hope you're not in too much pain.
I was saving those.
Oh, well.
Look, it's not that I didn't appreciate you taking care of me, but could you get this lady out of here? I do not feel.
She gently just was going, I'm afraid Annie, he needs to rest, so come on, you can come visit him later.
No, she can't.
I'll be waiting, Mr. Sinister.
She's
Gives
a
a very
drug dealer.
obvious wink and just walks out the door.
I look around for Dusty Dan's pistol.
Might be in the foot locker
In the
in
lockbox.
Dan's bed.
Dusty Dan. What happened now? What do we do now?
Oh, well, the best thing for you to rest. I think you were found at the bottom of the mine, you see. And you've been unconscious for about a day.
A day. I feel like I've been out for a month or more.
Oh, it will feel like that.
You seem pretty casual about the whole thing. Look at you met me yesterday. A young, strapping, handsome man of indeterminate age. Now look at me.
Oh, I didn't realise that was you. I thought it was. I thought you were a different gentleman. You seem to have aged quite a lot.
That don't strike you as strange.
Oh well, I'm not really sure. I mean, you know, maybe it was. Maybe yesterday you were just covered in dust or something. Maybe that's why you were so ungrey. Just gives you a very kind of weird look, like she's not really sure what the fuck's going on.
Does that not work? Is that not the opposite of what that makes sense to be? Look, I would be grayer if I was covered in dust.
It's just gives you a sort of side look and goes, oh yeah, I suppose, yeah. Oh well.
This whole thing not seem strange to you?
Oh, I see all kinds.
Yeah, but does it not? Yeah, but all looks very similar to this, though.
Well, I suppose so. It's very strange, though. I've not seen anyone like that, though. I mean, you did see, you
I
do
mean-
look, you do look like you have substantially aged.
I don't want to be rude, but you of all the medical professionals I've met in my life, you the least amount of putting two and two together or at least the least curious that I've seen in quite some time.
Oh, well, you know, you don't get attached to patients, because you get attached to them and then something happens. Oh, it's more difficult to live with.
What kind of medical school did you attend?
Oh, I'm not medically trained.
I didn't think you were. I presumed you were some kind of.
Oh, I
I'm getting
applied
HR
here
vibes,
because, you know, I'm the owner's daughter.
Right, that tracks. Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, I'll put in a good word for you.
Give me my clothes. I want to get the fuck out of here.
Oh, well, like I said to your colleague, I'm afraid they were very contaminated with mushroom.
And how would you know that? You're the owner's daughter. You don't have to be medical school.
Well, you see, the doctor came round and he said, oh, what's these clothes? They're all contaminated with mushroom. We need to
Can I see
incinerate
this
all of
doctor,
it.
then?
So
Why
we
am I
burned
talking
them.
to you? Why am I talking to you? Can I talk to the doctor? Not to be rude. I try not to be rude. I have a
Oh, we'll
warm
page the doctor for you. Don't you worry.
Please do. Thank you.
She walks over and you just hear her go, Dr. Lamp, calling Dr. Lamp. And she just picks up a
Ma'am.
very large bell and just starts cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Ma'am, I want to apologize for how I was talking, but I'm not normally like this, but as you can see, I'm currently rather distressed state. So I hope you will not take personally the fact that I think you're a goddamn idiot.
Oh, don't you worry. You have such a sweet voice. You remind me of my
I've been-
grandfather.
I am 27 years old.
Oh, I hear that a lot these days.
That itself is a weird sentence.
So at this point, you see a doctor, and a very exhausted-looking doctor, make his way in. He goes, "Yes, what is it? What? Oh, these patients would like to speak to you." Right. I'm Dr. Lamb. Can I help you?
Yeah, why am I so fucking
Why are you so fucking what?
old?
Oh, well, you see, every year we live in this planet, the sun revolves around, you seem to gain an age. After you've aged a particular amount, you start getting old. I hope this has been informative for you.
You know that is not what I mean, and I do not appreciate being jerked around like a teenage boy on prom night.
Look, I've never met you before. How am I meant to know? Maybe you've lived a harsh life. Maybe you've, I don't know, you've done a hard back-breaking labor for 50 years. I don't know.
I am, as I was saying, 27 years old, and yes, it has been a hard life, but I am a ruggedly handsome wandering outlaw.
He just sort of nods and he goes, "That's
No
the stuff.
man,
You
vagabond,
tell yourself
call me."
that."
Look in that case. You can put all my junk in the trunk down there.
Oh yes, so we did. Yes. He sort of looks through things. And he,
There's a wanted poster in there. It's not
Takes
a
a while.
criminal thing. People just want me around. But either way, the photo on that was taken 3 weeks ago.
he holds it up and he unscrews it and he goes, "Oh, so you're wanted."
Yeah, just in general, people like me around.
Well,
I'm
this
not-
is obviously a very appropriate picture. I mean, they made you look a lot younger than you are.
That is a photograph.
A what?
It has not been made clear whether we're in some kind of fantasy time or anything. That's why we're fucking thingy from Star Trek over there. But
I did wonder what was going on with your friend, and he just turns to look at Bonge. Bonge is just sitting, pawing himself in the face, wondering what's happening to why his face has got no definition anymore.
either way, that is a photograph, and something strange is going on in this mine. And I'm not talking about the dwarves pretending to be ghosts. I think I've solved that particular problem for you, by the way, of appeal to their sense of shame and honor. But it's the mushroom peddling old lady and the old making dust, and to be honest, the weird dude up top selling coffin insurance. I mean, that should have been an early sign for us. We should have hightailed it.
Right, well,
Perfectly honest with
all
you.
I know is that if you don't want to be here, you can leave. We've got so many people trying to get beds now.
Okay, can I have my clothes?
Well, hang on, did you tell them? Oh, yes, I told them. They didn't believe me.
No, I believed you. I just wanted them back.
Well, I'm afraid we incinerated them. You can't get them back. They were filled with
that's
this mushroom toxin.
That's a problem right now. We'll get to the mushroom toxin, but that was a perfectly good hat. That was my favorite hat.
You see, when you came in, you basically, your clothes had started taking on mushrooms growing on them as well. So we had to sort of
Right.
burn them. And then we had to heat up a metal bar and run it over bits of your skin to get the mushrooms to stop growing on you.
Right. Okay. So you were burning
The
me.
weird thing is, your friend there, he looks over at Sinister, had mushrooms growing on him already, apparently, it seems, because there were some that were very strong hold.
They were personal projects, and I don't like that you took them off of me.
Yes, well, I can only do what I can do, but we're currently snowed up. We have to take over the canteen with how many people we've got unconscious at the moment. It's not looking good, and if you don't want to be here, that's fine, I will discharge you, but yes, there are a lot of people right now that are not well.
Well, I suggest you move everybody out of this cursed mountain.
Well, I mean, it's coming up for lunchtime. Maybe we should do something about it.
At this point, there's another horn on the outside. Goes off, and he's like,
Oh, right.
he sort of sticks his head out the door. After a couple of minutes, you see like a good wave of like about 50 or 60 dwarves being wheeled out towards the canteen, and a bunch of elves going down in the lift, and he's just like,
I don't know what's going on, but this is getting ridiculous now.
after
Sinister.
after about a couple more minutes of more confusion, you feel the ground begin to rumble, more so than the lift. Like the actual ground beneath is properly beginning to grumble and rumble, like an earthquake.
Now, listen, listen up here, fellas. I've been enough of these adventures to know when the ground starts rumbling, something big's gonna just blow up underneath us. Everything's gonna fade to black, and we're gonna have failed to save the world. So I say we grab our stuff, get on the next elevator, get on the train. But we need to get upstairs, get on the out of here. And Dick's cut off by some kind of sea monster or something. I can't remember. But
So
either way, I feel like we have failed to save the world.
as you run to the lift, clutching your earthly possessions, the mountain around you is shaking violently.
There, I told you.
Pieces are falling about left, right, and centre. The mountain, as you look up in the lift, as you're taking it up, you just see daylight start to like creak and crack as the mountain starts splitting in two. And as you take this lift up and you just jump off at the train, you just see the mountain itself is literally just almost parting in half. And as you're sort of watching this lift now collapse down in the middle, and everyone is screaming and panicking all around you, you hear the sound of something very loud, very large, powering up with electrics, like the big sort of like sound noise. There is a single, like a very loud spark of lightning, and a bolt just shoots up through the middle. As you're sort of looking around, and everything sort of began to calm down as to what's going on. But as you're looking around, suddenly there's a sort of sound, and you look up to through the hole in the mountain, and there's just this, like, where the sun should be is this long just line of light, and it's starting to get darker and darker
Oh, good lord.
and darker and colder and darker, until eventually it is pitch black apart from your lights, but it is still getting oh so colder.
I tap my comm badge. Ensign Barnes to Tenzing. What? Yeah, 3 to beam up.
Alright, do a roll. Let's see if your beam works.
You let me bring someone else's starship with them. This particular. That's a 16.
16. Bunge glitters for a few seconds and disappears as Dusty Dan McGraw and the professor just look at each other in confusion as everything just fades to black. You have not saved the world.
I haven't, but one of them got out of that.
But Bunge did escape.
He did.
This is very true.
I did better than last time.
So, AJ, you've not saved the world, but tell us, who are you, where can folk find you, and what you do?
It's me, AJ. I've been here the whole time. You can go to pretendingwithdice.com for everything to do with my own podcast, Pretending with Dice. We're currently, our main series is Frontier. We're in Season 2, playing Star Trek Adventures, and we're having a good time. So yeah, check it out. Pretendingwithdice.com is the best place to go for direct links, but all podcast platforms, apart from BBC Sounds, because we're not made by the BBC. So, yeah. But yeah, otherwise, I guess I occasionally stream WWE 2K24 on Saturday. Go follow me on Twitch, just AJ Heretic. There we go, thanks for the shout out. But yeah.
And your music one as well, which is adamjohnsonuk.bandcamp.com.
I haven't put any music on there for ages. Probably not worth sharing that, to be honest.
God damn it, AJ, we're trying to plug and say how good the stuff you do is.
That's one. It's not very. It's like not great music. Two, like I haven't put anything new on there for like years. So, yeah.
God damn it, AJ, we're trying. Damn it, we're trying. Oh yeah, did you do your own music, AJ?
No, not really.
Oh well, then that's fine. We didn't try. So yes, thank you.
I mean, I do, but like, fuck it, I can't be asked.
Oh well. So that was AJ.
It's not self-deprecation. I literally like I haven't put anything on there for years, and your podcast soundtracks are up there.
Notice how he's cutting out every so often. So, but it's a self-deprecation, so I shouldn't tell him.
I think I'm just turning away from my microphone too much. Yeah, it's not that it is kind of self-deprecation, but also like there's not a lot on there that's new or anything. So yeah, go on there if you want to, but yeah.
We did try.
Look, the link's been shared. Click the link. It's that way, right? Oh, like, it's been flipped on here. That way, whatever. Yeah, click the link. Throw away your money on terrible music.
Let us try to love you, AJ. All right. Well, that is obviously the end of Halloween. We have one more recording of Halloween, which is not going to be live on Twitch. It's just going to be a taped one, which is with the Tales of 20-Sided, I believe. That'll be me taping it on Saturday. As for releases, I'm hoping to try and get one out tomorrow. That'll be Rainbow Dice Club. I'm hoping to try and get Cosmopunk out hopefully the end of the weekend if I can get a decent time. And then I will get Tales of 20-Sided and Real Women of Gaming. I'll get both of them out as soon as I can after this week. So yeah, there's still 4. I mean, yeah, there is still 4 to come out this week. The ones we did on Twitch will both be available on YouTube because 2 of them have come out so far. The one with Dum Dum Die will be released on Saturday onto our YouTube. This one will make it on the following Saturday. So this one will be out on the... I can't remember dates. Let me just look at a calendar.
Soon.
Yes, Dum Dum Die's episode of this will be out on the 2nd, and this one will be out on the 9th.
What about the one with Bowery? When's that out?
That one will be a Patreon exclusive one because I can't be fucked editing out the tangents. So I'm just going to leave it, tangents and all.
Leave it raw.
Leave it raw. Well, I'm going to edit some bits out of it, but leave it mostly raw. And that will be up on the Patreon. So if you're followers on the Patreon, it will be there. We'll send you the link to it, and you can listen to it in all its tangent-filled glory because, by God, trying to edit the tangents out of that to make it even remotely comprehensible is fucking brave.
that's fool's errand.
But yes, there are still 4 episodes to come live. Rainbow Dice Club, which will be live tomorrow. Cosmopunk, which is live at the end of the week. Tales of the 20 Sided, which I've not taped yet, but hopefully will be out after that, and then Real Woman of Gaming. So hopefully by not this weekend, but the next weekend, all episodes will be out, and they'll be out everywhere. Only Pedro could deal with Bellry. Exactly. And that's a hint for next year when Plummet Season 2 starts. Because we will have hopefully we will have one group doing the normal series and one group doing the Chaos group, which AJ has said he might not be able to contribute to because he might be a bit too busy.
I mean, you never asked me if I could be in it in the first place, and then you just ended me, and I was like, "This, we'll see. We'll see what happens."
We'll see. Anyway, but that's next year.
Yeah.
It probably won't come out till like March or April next year, but we'll start probably taping it around January if we can. Anyway, that's enough about this sidetrack stuff. Let us find someone to raid out to. But yes, thank you to everyone for watching along. Our next streams tomorrow night should be me doing indie horror. When I start depends entirely on when I finish the edit. I'm going to try and finish it before I go to bed tonight, but if I don't for any reason, I will start whenever I finish editing it. So I'll put it live first because it deserves to go live first. Apart from that, our next streams after that, there might be some impromptu stuff over the weekend. As if I decide I just need some time off and just want to do some horror gaming or Rowan's Free or something like that. Apart from that, then Monday is me and Bellry playing some game that he's found. I don't actually know what game it is. He did ask people about being part of it, but he didn't. When I asked him to send me the name of it, he didn't because he doesn't want me to read up about it, I think. But yes, there's a game that he is doing something with. Let us find someone who is doing. Oh, is Ambrose on? Yes, Ambrose is on doing something. We'll roll it to them. They've only got 6 folk on. So yes, we're going to roll to Other Cider Studios, who are a wonderful group of folk. It's Ambrose from Love the Craftians and their other stuff they do. So we'll raid into them.
Meantime, all glory to the Hypnotoad.
Yep, there it is. Right.
The sound's not coming across, but yeah.
All right, we're going to go raid out these folk.
Not coming across.
So if you want more RPG goodness, we'll send you over for that. They're all doing content warning that has some lots of weird and wonderful shit. So yeah, hopefully you can go enjoy it. And until next time, folks, thank you all once again for supporting us this Halloween. We'll see you all next time. Good night.